Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me know that you can hear me. Yeah. And I will shoot out a couple links here. Can you guys hear me all right? Loud and clear. Cool. Okay. That was wacky. Well, I don't know if anybody else has ever tried that, and I don't know if it was just me, but I could not figure out how to make that sucker go live. So let me send out a couple links here. Okay. And we will get something moving here. If anybody wants one, let me know, man. Okay. I'll send out a quick batch here, and then anybody else that wants one, just give me a holler. I didn't put enough paprika in. That's possible. It is quite possible. All right. Where's my custom mac and cheese? Custom? How custom do you want it, Matt? Super high techy? Now, Travis, I want to make sure that my... Can you hear me? Or say something so I can see if I can hear you, bud.
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Yeah.
Oop. Okay, let me put my headphones on here because it must have disconnected my...
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, you can hear me okay from the laptop, but I'm hearing you from the laptop too, and I'd rather have you on my headphones.
Click on your speaker.
Tell me what to do.
Hey, man, just trying to help.
Oh, you know what? It was paired, but it disconnected itself. So.
Never enough ammo is in the chat, man.
Uh-oh.
Is here.
Song lyrics?
Yeah. Why don't you guys do some singing?
Oh.
There we go. Hit that high F.
Oh,
you moron. John Stamos' older brother never hit the high F.
Oh, you know what? I know what's going on.
I just hurt something.
There we go. Yep, I got you now, guys. Thank you. Sorry about that, man. We got some technical difficulties for shizzle.
Any wants to join in, homie?
Yep, I see that.
Isn't it past his bedtime? Holy crap, he must have a day off tomorrow.
I know, right? Does he have an in-service day just like you did?
Maybe. I don't know. We're ready.
Top 5 reasons to send NEA a link? Because he's going to wreck this shit.
No, he just enhances it.
See, Grim's asking for the Grim mug. Always got the Grim mug. No little tiny water though. I got a bigger water, but that's not very impressive.
Did you throw a link on gun channels?
No, I didn't. It all went downhill, man. It all went downhill. So I got pretty backwards there when I was trying to set this up.
I can probably do it. Hold on.
That's cool.
I'll put the right one on this time.
Would you put the Hangouts link on last time?
Yeah,
is that we had like 10 people in like 30 seconds? I was like, holy crap, he's rocking a panel.
How did
actually last,
to get into the club.
Yeah, actually last week what happened was we Giz put it into the lobby with the Hangout link, and I looked down, I'm like, who the hell is that? And it was Hoshnazi.
I saw him come in last week. Yeah.
That's right, man. I had no idea. I was like, who the hell is that guy? I was like, oh, it's Hosh. What's up, buddy?
The closet.
He's my Baofang authority. Is that what you call him? The guy that knows all the radios.
Yeah,
he's got the videos. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's super into that stuff.
Long time, man. Yeah.
All right. I cannot. I really need to get a mouse. Make this a lot faster. All right. So, what's going on, guys? What's happening? What's new? We're just gonna. It's not perfect, but we're gonna run it and pretend it's perfect here. So,
where's my mac and cheese?
It's in the mac and cheese safe with my guns. I have a couple of guns in the mac and cheese safe just in case things get ugly. And you know what I mean? They always say like it's
priorities, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want somebody stealing my mac and cheese. So if they make me open the safe, you know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those movies where they make you open the safe and you just happen to have like a loaded pistol in there, so you can handle shit. Somebody busts in and tries to give me all your mac and cheese, and I know I can handle my business.
You can actually fit a Jimenez JA-22 in a box of mac and cheese. So there you go.
Well, yeah, I know. I got the Jennings.
Yeah.
I got
we need to have a chat on best places to hide weapons and the food in the house.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, you keep them. It's like the old you bake the file in the file in the cake for the prisoners. You just bake a Jennings right in a bunch of cupcakes or something.
Stuff a pistol in the jam jar. You know, it's Derringer. It's like Cosmo meat. Yeah,
no big deal. You do what you got to do.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Worst
of food and firearms.
So I thought that would be kind of a fun topic because, everybody's screwed up something, right? Everybody's always tried to cook something and just totally turned it into a mess and a disaster and a fire hazard or something. And it's for me being a chef, I always think back to like the first couple of things I ever cooked, so you start thinking about like the first things you cooked or maybe the best things you cooked. And then there's always like, oh yeah, I remember trying to make this and it was a total disaster. So I thought it'd be fun to hear some of the people and out in the chat too. I thought it'd be kind of fun to hear what people have tried to make and it just turned into a total disaster nightmare, And then on the other side of that, you got the best firearms and the worst firearms too. Like, what's the best firearm? What's the best firearm you bought? What's the one you thought it was the best purchase you ever made? You're like, man, I'm glad I bought that thing. And on the other end of it, there's the sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I just thought it'd be a fun little topic. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Can I just say I've never screwed up a meal? Period. Ever.
Well. I'm not
a professional chef, so my it's not. I've never had like my balls on the line for a meal.
Never overcooked the pasta. Never accidentally dropped the pizza on the burner and light it up.
I'm very good at winging it.
Right.
I grew up with a grandmother who just like this looks like it would be. I grew up with I'm sure a lot of us did, right? I grew up with a grandmother and a mother who they just grew up with just. Let's just throw some shit together. I grew up with very innovative examples in my life. And my wife has told me many times it's one of the reasons why she married me is because, I can cook fucking anything and I can make anything taste good. Even shitty food, I can find a way to make it taste good.
Butter, bacon.
That's one of the things too with
the proper application of bacon, cheese, and cumin.
Cumin.
Yes.
A lot of shit tastes really fucking good.
So it's kind of reminiscent of chili, but not right.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. The cumin in there.
What is it? It's Captain Crunch. Damn, this is good.
That's a good ass Captain Crunch. Why don't you tell me Captain Crunch is so good?
Man,
fried before.
Fried mac and cheese is good. Fried mac and cheese is pretty. It gets pretty screwed up though. People make it too dry, and then it's just like eating like
baked mac and cheese. You cook the mac and cheese, and then you top it all off, and then throw it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and there's some good shit you can do there.
As long as you have like some kind of like crust or coating on the top.
Well, yeah,
I hate it when the
shredded cheddar cheese and your bacon bits come into play. And real bacon bits, not that Hormel shit. Like literally, you have to have cooked some bacon, crunched it all up. Fake bacon bits, that's just soy. I don't know if anybody knows that. You go buy quote-unquote bacon bits store.
Bacon.
It's not
bacon. Yeah. But That's because I hate when people do baked mac and cheese and it's like open on the top and the pasta gets all burnt and crunchy and crackly. Yeah.
No, you gotta have a crust up top that's consistent of either cheddar jack, or Mott's. You got to throw some real bacon on top there. If you throw some real bacon on top there, don't dump the grease. The grease is
in
the mac and cheese. People do.
You pour that over the breadcrumbs, man.
The bacon grease. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah,
that's a good shit.
Is like here's what I love to do: cook a bunch of bacon, remove the bacon once it's appropriately cooked. I hate people who like chewy bacon. You don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You have no concept of no. It's disgusting. Chewy bacon is not acceptable. You cook it till it's nice and crisp, not burnt but crisp.
Mm-hmm.
The grease in the pan, then you cook your eggs in the bacon grease. If you do not understand the value of that, are you even American at that point?
No,
I don't understand. I don't know.
Philo says bacon bits are soy. That's terrible. Yeah, that's
that Hormel.
You can get real ones. I mean, Hormel makes real bacon bits in the can. You know, don't ever get those fake ones, man. Yeah,
look at some of the ingredients on the back of bacon bits at the store. It's like fucking soy and all kinds of other crap.
Right. Yeah, gluten.
Make real bacon,
it's like straight gluten. And here's the thing that you gotta think about. Anything that comes from anything that's it was a pig, right? This pig was walking around and eating garbage like apples and turning it into bacon. It's magical, really. But
it
is. Like, so
Babe was a fairy magical creature.
Oh yeah. So anything that was that awesome and walking around should not be processed and allowed to sit out at room temperature and not go bad. That's a bad sign.
Yep.
If something sits out at room temperature and don't go bad, there's something scary in there.
Yep. Bacon bits. If bacon bits are on one of the dry aisles at your grocery store, that's not a bacon bit. I'm just saying.
I give you black eye out there. That's it. Okay, so that almost sounds like a Mad Sexy name, but I don't know. Could that be Mad Sexy? Or either that or it's somebody new to the channel.
I don't know. Maybe
Mad Sexy's got a new name. It's it was something powder smoke or something like that, or what?
Oh, gunpowder. Was it Gunsmoke?
Gunpowder, Gunsmoke, powder.
Mad Sexy changed his name. I just saw him the other day.
Oh,
he changed it. Yeah,
he must have 20 accounts.
No,
since you can only change your name so many times before you get stuck with it, he must have a bunch of accounts. I don't know.
That bastard.
But whoever that is out there, which, if it's somebody new, hey, glad to have you, man. Awesome. Nice to meet you. And he's talking about making sloppy joes, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, now too hotty out there.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that's a little touchy.
Turkey bacon is not bacon. Here's the thing. Okay, so turkey bacon is nowhere near the level of actual bacon.
Mm-mm.
There's nobody's going to debate that. I will, however, say I appreciate a good turkey bacon once in a while. I don't have anything against it. I understand what it is. I'm not trying to trick anybody. Once in a while, turkey bacon is okay. I don't have a problem with it if it's cooked properly. My biggest issue with turkey bacon is people try to cook turkey bacon and they, quote unquote, warm it up. No,
right.
Cook that motherfucker till it's crisp. Okay? And if you want some turkey bacon, hey, look, I like, I've been an individual who occasionally likes to, go work out and like to bulk up on protein and that kind of shit. And occasionally, sometimes you want to throw some turkey bacon in with your eggs instead of regular bacon, just to get some good protein without the fat and the other stuff. It's fine, it's acceptable, but cook it fucking properly. Okay?
I don't know if I can get down with that 100%, but
it could be
worse.
And people are talking about, it's too rubbery. It's too rubbery because you don't know how to cook it.
No, you got to cook it all of that.
Crisp.
First 5 slices are just sacrificial anyway. They don't cook up the right way. After that, you do the next 10, 15, 20 slices. You get that crisp going on. You get those little particles of crusties.
If you get the crisp, understand it's not pig bacon. So it's never going to be as good. We all understand that. Okay, what you're doing is you're eating it for a certain reason. You're like, okay, I want some sort of, I want a little addition to my eggs. Okay, I'll accept that. That's fine. I do it once in a while, but I understand it's not real bacon. It's faux bacon. That's fine. You don't have to hate on it. You know, just cook it properly. Don't
I'll tell you what else.
I warmed it up shit. No,
I'll tell you what's even worse than, it's even a little bit more scary than turkey bacon is turkey jerky. That freaks me out a little bit.
Oh, I love turkey jerky.
I don't know if I've ever tried it before. I've tried jerkies of all different types of meat, but
I eat those turkey jerky sticks that look like Slim Jims.
Yes.
They're delicious. They taste exactly like Slim Jims.
Half the fat, though.
Yeah,
not even.
Look, I'm just
half as good.
Maybe it's just me. I'm talking from the perspective of a dude who once in a while likes to fucking, pay attention to what I'm fucking eating. Which I know I also eat fucking Taco Bell fucking nacho fries, so maybe I have no say here. But no, I mean, I love turkey jerky, the legit shit, not the. The real stuff. I forget what the company is, something farms, because everything's something farm. But there's a company that makes some good turkey jerky that they sell at some of the good higher end stores and some of the organic stores, and it tastes delicious. It's really good. I mean, if you got high blood pressure, it's fucking full of salt and sodium, so fuck that. But it tastes awesome. It tastes exactly like a Slim Jim or any of the other turkey jerky or any of the other beef jerky things out there on the market. So. It's all varying degrees of protein and salt and shit. You know what I mean? Like, just figure out what the fuck you like and enjoy it.
That's There's John. There's a comedian called John Caparulo, pretty funny guy, and he talks about ramen. And he's like, yeah, you stand in the ramen aisle and there's like 20 different kinds of ramen. He's like, that's bullshit. He's like, they're all salt. They just taste like salt. They're just different flavors of salt. And by the way, I love them.
When you live in Texas, it's ramen, not ramen.
Oh man,
I don't know. That's a good.
See, my kids all call it Maruchan, but I mean that's just the brand. I try to explain to them that's ramen noodles. Like, no, it's Maruchan. I'm like,
ramen noodle soup, and everybody's like, who the fuck's ramen? Whoever makes the soup, I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
we got your nachos. I got your nachos.
Nachos.
Quesadilla.
Well, you know what? I've heard a huge influx of people saying pop lately too instead of soda, and I know that's
right now, buddy.
Coke.
Okay,
it's all Coke.
Okay, when you come to the Great Plains, North Dakota, South Dakota,
Dr. Pepper,
Nebraska, it's all pop in the central part of the U.S. Not necessarily Oklahoma and Texas, but
it's pop over here too. I mean, when you get out towards Pittsburgh, they'll say pop.
I call it soda. I just
I've never called it pop or soda. It's always been either, and this is probably specifically Texas.
It is
it's either Coke, and they ask you, okay, what kind of Coke do you want? And then you say Dr. Pepper, or they say, what do you want to drink? And you just say Dr. Pepper, because it's Texas, and in Texas, it's if you drink anything other than Dr. Pepper in Texas, well, you're a heathen.
You know what really bothers me about going to Texas, man? No offense, but every time I go in someplace and order a tea, I have to specify I want it unsweetened. How can you just by default put sugar in tea?
What the fuck?
That's weird.
Wait, I think our friendship is on the line here.
I don't know if I can do sweet tea, man. It's weird.
No, here's the thing.
Weird. I'm trying, man.
Okay, look, tea. Okay, look. If there's sweet, if you don't like sweet tea, you're basically a British redcoat. And you basically charge high taxes and take.
Look, I blame my parents. All we had in the house growing up was Nestea Instant, and that's just nasty.
Earl Grey tea at that point.
Sweet tea. But here's the thing. I'll get unsweetened too, because usually when you get sweet. Have you ever had a sweet tea from McDonald's?
See, maybe I haven't had good sweet tea. Matt, here's what we're going to do, Matt. Here's what we're going to do. When I come down to Tulsa, we're going to go to Whataburger, and I'll get a sweet tea. All right?
Okay.
Because they'll do it the right way. Because I can't get stuff up here that I can stand. It's just, I don't know what it is, man.
Dude, the whole point of tea is that it's basically a glass full of sugar. If it's not, then you might as well be a red coat and want to take our guns.
I'll go drink sweet tea in that situation, but yeah.
If you either like sweet tea or you want some Earl Grey and you want to take our guns and charge.
I've been moving into the sweet tea arena by doing the fruit ones just to try it once in a while, and I can tolerate that.
There's only two types of tea: sweet and unsweet. If you start classifying it as I don't know, Earl Grey. And I only pull out Earl Grey because I've watched fucking Star Trek and I know Picard. Other than that, I don't know fucking tea for shit because it's either sweet or non-sweet. Sweet means you're a normal human being. Non-sweet means you're a sadistic British person who wants to take people's rights away.
But see here, listen, I will get it unsweetened and then sweeten it myself. And that's why I say I brought up McDonald's, because I stopped to get my little man some nuggets last week or whatever.
You mean some soy that tastes kind of like chicken?
Some new, if you want to, if you want to make them fancy, you can pronounce them nougat, but nougats. But I was like, I'm gonna get an iced tea, right? Dude, I thought my teeth were gonna fall out of my goddamn head. That shit was so sweet, I couldn't drink it. It was brutal,
That's
man.
Because McDonald's makes it right. McDonald's sweet tea.
So I gotta go there. You're telling me I gotta go there and try
proper Southern way.
All right. See, here's what Foo says. He says you don't get good sweet tea up north because they add sugar after the tea is made and it's cold. You're supposed to put the sugar in before you make it, before you chill it.
Yes.
Seriously? No, everybody here mixes it after they make it on ice. They mix the sugar in with it after. We've got it all backwards.
That's like going, okay, I want a Coke, but I want you to take all the sugary aspects out of the Coke until I want you to cook it and you know, whatever you do to a Coke. I want you to do whatever you do to a Coke minus add the sugar until you serve it to me. And I want you to give me a Coke, just that fucking syrupy, you know, water. Give me that that syrupy water with no sugar whatsoever. Let me add the sugar myself.
I'll tell you what you need to do. Here's what you need to do, Matt. And you will love this. And this is here's a restaurant trick for you. Okay. Next time you go into a restaurant, tell them to, when they give you, if you drink Coke, Coca-Cola is like a soda that you drink, whatever. It doesn't even matter what kind.
But no, I drink
whatever. I don't care.
Because I'm
okay. Dr. Pepper, even better. If on a lot of the soda guns in restaurants at the bars, if you kind of just sort of feather the trigger a little bit, you'll get all syrup. That's what you need to be drinking. Straight soda syrup, no soda water. You'll love it.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Matt, you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, Matt? I'm gonna go get a sweet tea at McDonald's, and I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna just try it.
Do it, man,
and give you my reaction, because I've never had real sweet tea done the right way. In fact, when I would go down to Texas, I would just not get it because I just assumed I wasn't going to like it, because I had no idea there's another way you're supposed to prepare it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, when it comes to, and look, I can only speak for Texas, but I think
my mom and dad for this.
I think this is by and large a Southern thing, right?
Okay.
So I can only speak for Texas, but there's a split, right? You either like sweet tea or you like soda. It just depends on where you go. I personally like both. My wife is more particular to sweet tea. I prefer Dr. Pepper. It's what you want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But so I mean, it just kind of depends. But I mean,
all right.
You know,
I'm willing to learn. My palate's up for it.
Really sweet drinks. And
I'm going to go right now.
As somebody who, you know, like I've sat down for a meal before and had something really sweet to drink and been like, well, that didn't work with the meal, or you know what I mean, like whatever. It's just how we're raised. We like really, really sweet, like and maybe it's ridiculously. I don't know. Well, no, I do know, because I lived in Colorado for a while, and the way they serve drinks up there made me want to fucking gag. It's like, why don't I just fucking drink water at this point? Fuck you. You know, I might as well drink water with my fucking meal.
That would be horrible. Can you imagine? Ugh. Oh,
I grew up, and I think most people in the South and in Texas and everything else, we grew up with this. When you're, you know, whatever you, and it's not all the time thing. I drink gallons of water per day per every, you know, few cups of sweet shit I drink. But when I sit down and I want to have a meal, I want something, whatever I'm drinking needs to be sweet, whether that's Dr. Pepper, whether that's tea, whatever it is. That's how we're raised. We want something very sweet and sugary as our drink to accommodate our meal. I don't like drinking sweet, sugary drinks, you know, throughout the day. I prefer water. You know what I mean? That's what I drink all day long is water. But when you're sitting down to eat a fucking meal, I want something fucking sweet as fuck. I mean, I want something so sweet that nothing can compare to it. I want half a gallon of fucking sugar in my fucking little cup of
So,
tea or Dr. Pepper, whatever the fuck it is.
It's so sugary you can't even get it through a straw, huh?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's just how I grew up. That's how everybody I knew grew up. Whether you like the tea, whether you like the Dr. Pepper, whether you like the Coke, whatever the fuck it is, we are very accustomed to. That's what we enjoy. And for me personally, when I'm having a meal, I want something sweet as fuck to accompany my burger, my pizza, my salad, my pasta, my whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Okay, so Matt, I got a question. What's first? What's first? Is it Dr. Pepper or is it the Sonic Cherry Limeade Route 44 size?
Oh, fuck that Sonic. No, it's Dr. Pepper.
No?
I'm
Seriously?
from Texas.
Oh,
It is Dr. Pepper above
All
and beyond anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not a flavored iced tea fan. I mean, I like lemon, a little lemon in it or whatever. But some of the weird one, like peach tea and all that stuff, I
don't give a shit.
I can't get down on that.
Tea. Look, as far as the tea goes, there's one tea that I like. It's called Milo's tea. You can go into any Walmart or HEB or whatever and get a big gallon of Milo's tea for about $3.
Is it Milo Yanka Danka Rapa Dapa Tapapopoulos' tea?
Yeah, probably. I don't have no idea the last name. It says Milo's tea. It's
I guess
Milo Yankovic or something like that. I don't fucking know. But you roll into any Walmart and there's a big fucking gallon of Milo's tea. It costs like $2 or $3. It's delicious. It's great. Outside of Dr. Pepper, that's what I'll default to. So.
Now, Matt, did you ever get to try the Dr. Pepper that they made before they quit making it out in, I don't know if it was in Waco, they made the Dublin Dr. Pepper? Were you a big fan of that or not? That was the stuff made with the cane sugar, and then they quit making it like 5 years ago. That's when they used to have the Dr. Pepper Festival out in Waco, and you could buy it. They could like little glass bottles.
Yeah, no. It was better then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like everything. Let's just add more chemicals and get rid of more natural.
Yeah.
Early watch says vodka tea is good. I love bourbon tea. Bourbon and iced tea is good, man. Bourbon and iced tea with sugar.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I get lit up every fucking night with vodka and Dr. Pepper. That's what I fucking drink. So there you go.
That's a wicked drink, man.
That's literally what I'm drinking right now. And the only reason I'm even having this conversation right now is because my work schedule changed. I no longer work early on Monday mornings. So
yeah, rock on.
Nice.
So you can stay up and play with the late nighters.
There you go.
Question. Travis, you're going to do a review on this tea. Now, aren't you the same person who fed the Taco Bell fries to your dog because you didn't like them?
No, that wasn't me. No, my cat started eating the nacho fries. She was trying to get in them. No, I like the nacho fries. I thought they were pretty good, actually. No.
I got you mixed up. Somebody else fed theirs to their dogs. They didn't like them.
Oh, no, I'm not hard to please. I like about it. I mean, food-wise, I eat about everything.
It's all fucking pissy about the fries and shit.
Well, they didn't. All they did was dunk one fry of the cheese, and then they said mediocre. And I was like, really? You got to eat it with all the tomatoes and the sour cream, and man.
You got to get it all over your hands and everything too.
Oh yeah, but really, Taco Bell is just the same 5 ingredients and just different quantities and different delivery methods.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it is not. No.
You can go get anything and get the same taste.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's
maybe a little more cheese, maybe a little more sour cream.
It's not high-end, Tex-Mex. It's not even really Tex-Mex food. It's just, it is what it is. You go, you get it for whatever reason, and you have consistency. It's just like McDonald's, right? No matter where you go, you want to get McDonald's, you know what you're getting. You're getting, like for me, McDonald's is a little taste of my childhood back in the 80s because it still tastes the same as it did back then. Same thing with Taco Bell. Taco Bell reminds me of being in my teens and early 20s when I was going out getting drunk and wanted to party and wanted to get something to eat when I was completely wasted before I went home, right? Like that's what Taco Bell is. When you want that flavor, when you want that, you go to Taco Bell. When you want nostalgia of being a kid, you go to McDonald's. I mean, there's just, it is what it is. You appreciate it for what it is, and there you go.
Can I'd like to say something that's pretty cool. This is the most viewers I've ever had. 41 viewers. I've never broken 40, so this is pretty cool.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. It's Sunday night, Yeah.
Now, if 20 of them weren't stealing the chat, we'd be great. Get the thumbs up, people. Come on.
I know.
Yeah, you
I
don't
know.
want
Come on, man.
Don't make Gary angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. He starts
Mhm.
clucking. He starts clucking and picking
Mhm.
picking the ground.
Yep. Yep.
That's a fact, man.
Well, it's good.
Everybody keeps talking about getting diarrhea from Taco Bell. That does not happen to me. I think I got too many guts, man. Very few
me
things
neither.
give me
I
the
don't know.
booze, man. I don't know. I can handle
Yeah.
about anything.
I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know. They're getting all.
Now Long John Silver's, that right there, that's a straight 35-minute straight shot to the toilet. Once you put that down, little Long Johns, oof, man, you eat those little fried, what do they call it, giblets or whatever is in the bottom of the plate
crunchies.
that they give you, those little crunchy things. Oh,
The
man,
little
that hush
crunchies,
puppies, dude.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Whenever you're plugged
Grim
up,
90. Grim 90 wants in. Let me try a link. I'll do a Hangout link here instead of an email.
Jack in the Box raised their price of their tacos. Really? Didn't they used to be $2 for $1? How could they do
I don't know.
that?
I've never had Jack in the Box.
I guess the price of grease has gone up, huh? I don't know.
Everything's going up. I'll tell you what.
Jack in the Box is I can't get it unless I go out of state. So for me, it's kind of, I like it. Whataburgers reign supreme, though. I mean, that's it right there. That's
Jack in the Box sounds like something Matt would do if he worked at a fast food place.
Wow.
There's Grimmer. What's going on, buddy, man?
What's happening?
Are you now? It took that long. My wife. Don't worry. My wife finally thumbed up the video or the chat. Don't worry. We're good now.
What?
I guess she was trying to decide whether it was worth it or not this whole time.
She was waiting.
So I give you black eye. That's your brother-in-law, or your older brother.
That's my older brother. Yeah.
Did he pick on you a lot when you were a kid? Was he like a jerk to you?
No, he was the cool brother that was never home since he's older.
Ah.
He was the one that would get us things.
Oh,
in
things,
high school.
Things and stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff and things and stuff. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
And let us hang out.
You were just you were the tag-alongs, huh? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Not that I would ever drink when I was in high school, but
Oh God, no. Yeah, right.
No, God, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was trying to get him onto the chat.
Ourselves.
No, never. I would never do that. Yeah, he had an old an account, and I'm like, dude, log in. He goes, it is. I said, I started typing on his thing. Now he's hooked. Now he won't leave my goddamn house. Zoom is starting to get a little upset.
Nick of Earth just put in the chat. He said, "Good news. In-N-Out is now being built across from Jack in the Box." We used to have when I was in culinary school. There was a mall, a strip mall or whatever, and we used to call it the sex mall because it was all the storefronts side by side or whatever. And they were almost side by side. It was two of them and then another store and then another one, but it was Dick's, Siemens, and BJ's.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
All in a row.
That sounds like an episode of The Musicians, man, or The Magicians.
Yeah. Can you imagine the owner of the property driving in there one day and being like, "Oh, son of a bitch, are you kidding me?"
I'm seeing some debate in the chat versus Whataburger and Jack in the Box.
I've never had either, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Well, quality-wise, I'd say just the actual quality of the food and just the level of, I don't know, the service and the quality to me is supreme at Whataburger. I'll call it Whataburger to make you guys feel better. I call it
Jack
Whataburger.
in the Box is that's where you go when you want a large selection.
Yeah.
And they've got egg rolls, which are delicious. They've got tacos, which are delicious. They've got several different types of burgers, which are delicious. Whataburger is by far the superior burger, but Jack in the Box gives you more options. So it depends on what you want, right? Are you going for burgers? Go to Whataburger. Are you going for? I just kind of want different shit. I want some curly fries. I want a burger. I want a couple tacos. I want some egg rolls. I want some jalapeno poppers. Well, then you go to Jack in the Box. So it depends on what you want. Jack in the Box focuses on a wider variety, which is all good. Whataburger focuses on ridiculously good burgers. So,
Well, that's what Five Guys says too, and I think Five Guys sucks.
Five Guys does suck, by the way. I've been to Five Guys. We have a Five Guys down here, and I went because I wanted to try it. And fuck that place. It's way too much fucking money for no value. I will say, what's the other one? There's Five Guys, and then there's what's the other big chain? Damn it. What's the other one? Big, East or not East, West Coast. Not Five Guys. What's the one I'm not remembering at the moment?
I don't know.
Damn it. They have them in Austin, and we went. It's not Five Guys. It's fucking something else. In and Out. In and Out.
In and Out.
In and Out.
Yeah,
they're pretty damn good. They're in my opinion, and it's just my opinion because what I grew up with. They're not as good as Whataburger, but they are really, really good. In and Out Burger is really good. And they basically do the same thing that Whataburger does in that they just focus on burgers and shakes and fries and that kind of thing. They have a couple little things here and there that they kind of branch out on, but overall, pretty good. But still not as good as Whataburger. Whataburger is better. They have better food. The burgers are better. It's just, and I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and argue with somebody who grew up with In-N-Out, over on the West Coast and that's what their preference is. That's fine, but both are still far superior to Five Guys. In-N-Out and Whataburger are superior to Five Guys.
Five Guys just tastes like something you make in your backyard on a Sunday.
Really? There's nothing.
Yeah, they're just.
Good, but
Five Guys is more expensive than In-N-Out and Whataburger.
Yeah,
like I'm spending more money.
Five Guys disappointment and fries.
Yeah, Whataburger is good.
Five Guys is a fucking gimmick. I don't know. It just I went once and I was thoroughly unimpressed. Outside of the fact that they had the whole endless fry thing, and their fries are actually pretty good. So if you want really good fries, sure, why not? Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the whole thing too with Five Guys is they're like they let you know where the potatoes are from, and I don't think many people really give a shit where their potatoes are from, do they?
No, they really don't.
A little bit of a.
We wash them and fry them, and then we fry them again. I mean, I do like the Cajun fries. I like the Cajun seasoning, but the burgers. The reason why you go there, there's just nothing too impressive,
Ghost
What do they have in Tulsa?
Let me know, buddy.
What's that?
I said
Ghost. What do they have in Tulsa? Whataburger?
They got Whataburger in Tulsa.
Yeah, we really need
several.
Now, Gunpowder Beauty out there in the chat said good drunk food is Griff's. Now, can I just say, and I know I've mentioned this in my top 5 burger joints that we did on one of the Guns and Geeks podcasts. Griff's is just one of my favorites. There's not very many of them around. They're mostly in Texas. I grew up with Griff's. If you've never been to a Griff's, it's hard to explain. There's so few of them that it's hard to defend them. You know what I mean? Like there's so few of them and they're so spread out that it's hard to kind of come up and go, oh, they're this and they're, you know what I mean? But I grew up with Griff's, and Griff's is just, it's like,
website, man. It looks tasty, dude.
It's so, they are what I grew up with, and it's been a long time since I've had them. They're my favorite burger. Hands down. Griff's burgers, the double, which is the fucking Griff's, double meat, double cheese, all that kind of stuff. They're my favorite burger, hands down. But it's such a local thing. It's just in Texas, and it's just in a few places that it's hard to justify that to anything else. So, I mean, I Tardot and Gunpowder Beauty, they're both. I mean, they're both from Texas, so they know what I'm talking about. But for people who aren't in our immediate area, it's hard to justify that to anybody else. But they're fucking great. Oh my god.
Nick of Earth out there is talking about Wahlburgers. Has anybody been to a Wahlburgers?
I mean, I've seen it on A&E.
Yeah, I actually wanted to go just because their brother that's the chef is a beast, man. That guy's, he seems like a real workhorse, man. He seems pretty cool. goes back and forth between different restaurants during the day, just sort of making the rounds. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see somebody that doesn't need to work his ass off like that do it, just for the love of it, you know.
It's true.
Yeah, everybody's hungry now in the chat. That happens a lot. If there's anybody out there that's never been to the show, that's pretty much a problem that happens every week. Is I get bitched at for everybody being hungry. There's not a whole lot.
My mac and cheese, by the way.
I hear you.
Matt, they got a Griff's in Garland. I'm gonna have to try that this summer.
I got to figure out how to make it into like astronaut mac and cheese so I can send it to you, and then you can just rehydrate it. Do it all high tech like that.
I'm good. Let's go.
Vacuum sealer going on there.
Okay. Sounded
Midnight
like
Range mac and cheese.
Sounded like Hickok. I'm gonna send you some mac and cheese. Okay.
Yeah, but they call 45 here.
Mac and cheese 45 here.
Let's go smoke some pot.
I got a Barrett thanks to Bud's Gun Shop in Federal Land.
he shoulders a Barrett just like it's like a 22.
Doesn't even move it.
Yeah, that's a 1022 for him.
He holds a Barrett. It looks like one of the little crickets.
Go smoke some pot.
Oh, wake
tell you a
up,
good
Mr.
cricket.
Dog back here.
Join the NRA. Sorry.
I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Budget Guns and Gears did a did a hell of a job covering the Ohio rally.
Yeah, he did.
And
yeah.
And Hickok did a really good job. I was really happy with how Hickok
watched the video he posted that for Hickok, but
it was good. I mean, he was just like he really was kind of appealed to the common man. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm a teacher and I like guns and that's okay and there's nothing wrong with that. And you know what I mean? It was good. You know, it's good to have people that are like that, you know, nothing wrong with that. You don't have to, not everybody has to be up there beating their chest, you know. Calf fries, Tardot says. These guys are talking about fried nuggets out there. Gizzard, that's your territory.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Ugh.
I can't consume the reproductive entrails of another
I'm still like
creature just by as a matter of principle.
At this point, I'm just hoping that here in 4 weeks or whatever it is, that P226 nut, who's the only one of us living in Tulsa, has gotten all the shit laid the fuck out. Like, I want some good ass fucking food.
Oh yeah, local stuff. Yeah, that's what if he's there, that's what you got to do. You got to like take me. And it's like when you go into a restaurant, like if you go into a restaurant and you've never been there you're there for the first time, you've never been there. You know, I'll ask the servers. I'll be like, what do you eat? What do you like here? Because they're going to eat good stuff. You know what I mean? They're going to eat like, oh, I get this 2-3 times a week. I love it, you know? And it's the same thing. If you live somewhere, then you go somewhere where they live and be like, take me where you go. You know, take me to the dive bar that has the awesome burger or the great Reuben or something, you know? Yeah.
So in Tulsa, it's Taco Bueno.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about that. Budget says he's putting a better quality video of Hickok's speech up in the next day or two. Well, if you need somebody to do a voiceover, let me know. We can just we can get him up on stage and be like,
subtitle it. Yeah, there was a question in the chat. There's a food question in the chat. I don't know if it was from a while ago.
What? That's
to
crazy.
egg or to not an egg your burger.
We do a brunch burger with an egg, and it is.
God, I love it, dude. It is freaking amazing. That's my newest habit.
Yeah.
Oh, so good for my cholesterol.
Yeah. Just do it like medium. Yeah, real nice.
That's perfect.
It is. Yeah. It adds a level of richness to it.
Eggs are like one of my favorite foods, man. Like just eggs are just awesome. Eggs are the shit, man. I mean, you can
melt some cheese on there, some Velveeta on there.
That's going to be my T-shirt when I get to red shirt. Eggs are fucking awesome. Okay.
There you go. The best part is you get 12 in every box.
That's right. I don't know why they should come in a baker's dozen. That's what we should do. We should open up a farm and do baker's dozen eggs, and people will think we're awesome.
Well, they got the 24 packet at Walmart. You get yourself a solid case of them, you know. They got those big flats of them too. They have like 48 of them or something like that.
Well, a flat is 30. Yeah. Flat 30.
Okay.
6 by 5.
I never bought one, but I'd like to at some point.
Yeah, like when we get eggs in, we get them 30 dozen at a time. So it's,
God.
And that's, I mean, they make them, we're using a lot of eggs though. So egg, bacon, and burger. You've got 3 of the 4 food groups covered. That's right.
Slice some avocado in there and you're good to go, bro.
All you need is cheese and bread.
That's right. That's right.
Too hotty. We've got an issue in the kitchen. We got an issue in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Eggs suck.
What the hell?
I don't know that we can. I'm not sure.
I'm not a mod, so I can't do anything. I'm sorry, bro.
He's a mod. I can't delete.
We'll get rid of that right there.
Oh.
It's been nice.
Dude,
would that be like what Gary did to you?
Coming at you.
Yeah, that son of a bitch.
He's gonna be punching up at you pretty soon.
Nope. Sorry, too hotty. It's been nice. It's been nice chatting with you. Thanks for
ouch. Vanessa's getting on you.
She's new too.
Eggs suck.
She's new. She better watch it.
Well, maybe she's poultry
testing the waters.
Yeah,
maybe she's poultry intolerant.
We had a server.
Jorge said,
"Don't forget
the jalapenos."
Yeah, the jalapenos. That's right.
Jalap. That's what we call them. Jalapenos.
Them jalapenos.
Stuff, man.
Chicken vaginas.
We had a server one time. This was about a year ago.
Eggnog.
And we had a woman come, a lady come in with a dairy allergy, and came back and got. I think this is when we had. I don't remember what I had on the menu. It might have been when I had a meatloaf on the menu, like the one I did in the video. It was kind of like that, like bacon wrapped, and came in and said she had a dairy allergy, and the server rang it in, and like a couple of minutes later, he comes like hustling back. He's like, "Oh, did you start that meatloaf yet? Did you start that meatloaf?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" She has a dairy allergy. I was like, "So? There's no dairy in it." He's like, "Well, there's eggs." I was like, "What the fuck are you jerking me around right now? What are you talking about?" He's like, "There's eggs in it, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, eggs are dairy." I'm like, "What are you smoking, dude?" He's like, "Well, they're in the dairy section." I'm like, "Oh my
Well, they're
God.
in like the dairy food. Aren't they in the dairy food group on like the food pyramid though? Don't they fall under with cheese and milk and eggs?
Yeah.
You know.
He's like, "Well, they're in the dairy section at the supermarket, so I thought they were dairy." I'm like, "Are you high right now?"
Yeah, there are people that stupid these days, bro. I'm sorry. It just
Jesus.
Common sense. Come on, it's common sense. They're in the dairy section.
Rupan is doing Dr. Seuss out there. Would you eat eggs with a fox? Would you eat eggs with a box? Yes, well. Cycle Camp says quiche. Nothing wrong with quiche, man.
Who got whacked?
What happened? What do you mean? Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh,
I heard a boop, 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 or whatever. Oh, Matt got whacked, or he dropped.
Oh, he took off. I didn't even hear it.
He's probably going for a refill.
Yeah, he probably did that last shot of his and fell over in his chair.
The Whataburger run.
Hey, this worked though. He left. I had to walk him outside, but he left.
Oh,
And you got a new subscriber. Look at that.
Yeah.
270, man. 270? Yeah, it was 260. No, you got two. Weren't you 268 before we started?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I was 270. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, I've been getting a couple a week. It's been pretty good. Considering I haven't had a whole lot of time to do videos, you know. I went a week without doing one. I was just too busy. Didn't have a chance to get it done. And did the salmon one. The salmon's nice. That's a good one. I hope people try that out. It's really, really simple. Really simple and nice. Oh, the wife subscribed. That's nice. That's awful nice of you.
Just save that one for number 999 and push it up to 1,000. You know.
Easy.
That should have been your 1,000th subscriber.
Yeah. You treat me so good with your subs.
Yeah.
Obnoxious one lost two yesterday. I'll tell you what. You need to make sure you should if you can see who they are. Sometimes they unsub by accident or whatever.
Yeah, or they get Googled.
Other people, Clover says other people need to hurry up and sub. He's running out of fake accounts.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
Oh, man.
You know what? There's a possibility then maybe Frank is Clover Tack. You ever think of that?
Oh, he's trolling his own chat.
Man, I never even thought of that.
What do you mean by that? Who's Frank, or what are you talking about?
Frank Castle. Maybe
Frank.
Clover Tack is Frank Castle.
Or wait a minute, what's the other name he goes by? Glenn Soup or Glenn Soup?
He's got it.
In all the chats, because he always says Frank. Because he had Yankee going the other night.
Yeah, he's like, Frankie, listen to me, Frankie.
Yeah. And Yankee's like, who's Frank?
Yeah, Yankee's like a puppy when a butterfly goes by. He's just like, oh, Frankie, who's Frankie? I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, I got a better one. Who the fuck is Jonas?
That's right.
Oh my God.
That's one of the old time
channels now, Yankee. How you been on gun channels?
He said that with such authority too. That's what made it. Who the fuck is Jonas?
he was getting upset. Like, who the fuck is Jonas? It's Night Strike. What?
Kevin the Tack Daddy is here. Hey Kevin, how you doing? I've never seen you on the channel. What's going on? Nice to have you.
He wants to be unsubbed.
Unsub me.
Unsub me, please.
I forget.
Can't handle the egg chat or what?
Somebody does that in the chats all the time. They come in and they're like, ban me. I'm like, what? What are you trying to do?
Oh my God.
Attention. I want attention.
Ooh, so we got a chance to go to the old gun show today. That was fun.
Ooh.
Took little man. Actually it wasn't his first one. He was to one before, but went to the gun show. Picked up some accessories for the new rifle. Nothing too crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got an AR.
Yeah.
How are prices of your gun shows out there?
It depends.
Kind of close to what you're going to pay in a store. I mean,
yeah. It's funny because you almost have to get the guys at the show to compete with themselves. You know what I mean?
Oh my!
Take some cash,
Yeah. Well,
and a little bit.
And the same thing happened with when we bought the wife's 938. I walked the whole thing and sort of kept track of prices and who was doing what and who had a an extra mag or a 7-round mag, because we wanted to get her the 2 7-round mags, and most of them come with 1 7 and 1 flush mount.
Yeah.
So those damn mags, man. I'll tell you what, a SIG, those are in the 40s for those SIG 938 7-rounders. They're expensive.
Are you serious?
And that's like an average price. So I think I got her one online for $39, but right now at the show there was 1 or 2 of them. They were at like $50. They're crazy.
Wow.
So you kind of pit the guys up, pit them guys against themselves. Get towards the end and be like, that guy's. I bought 2 P mags, just 2 P mags, just 2 regular old cheap ones, just to have a couple. I only had 1 mag, and I was like, well, that guy's doing 2 for 24 or whatever. He's like, all right, I'll do it. So, or 2 for 25, and he's like, I'll do both of them for 24. I was like, okay. So I didn't buy a whole lot.
About Midnight, you're making that big Waffle House money.
Waffle House money. I'm in the pocket. I'm in the pocket of big Waffle House.
Damn it, RL! You kept talking to him.
Waffle.
That's why he stayed. RL was engaging with my brother, and he's like, I'm like, oh, go home.
Yeah. So I didn't buy a whole lot
Usually
today.
I have that opposite effect. Usually people run when I start talking to them.
Oh, dude, he was laughing. He was laughing so hard. He's like, oh, I'm going to like this. I'm like, okay, but go home.
Nick of Earth bought 4 BX25 mags yesterday. I would make sure you try them out right away, man. They're still a little gnarly. I'm getting an echo.
Me too.
It's probably Tardot, that big dumb animal.
Oh, it ain't me.
Somebody just had their speakers turned on or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on a headset. I don't think it's me.
Nah, we're good now.
Okay.
Nodak says Waffle House. Yeah, that's the German Waffle House. Oh, somebody's listening to cartoons. Cool.
Oh crap!
Mel's asking, can I use the Kimber mags in the SIG? I doubt it.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Are you talking about the SIG? What is that? The SIG or the Man, I've still got
Kimber.
an echo. Do you guys have an echo?
Yeah, I can hear it on my end.
Well, I was muted, so not I.
They're all mute.
It's super weird.
So midnight, $700 for a P938 with 4 mags and 4 holsters for $700. A good deal then?
Yeah, I mean, I think we paid honestly, I think we paid right around $7 for her 938 with 2 7-rounders. But hers is the it's called the BRG. It's the black rubber grip. It's got the Hogue wraparound grips.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's a little bit more than some of the other ones, but yeah, I mean, you're talking new price?
No, some guy locally has one, the Equinox,
Oh yeah.
with 4 mags, actually 5 mags, 4 7-rounders, the one that came with a bunch of stuff and like 4 holsters. Looked like he was trying to do EDC, and then all of a sudden,
Just
but he
didn't
wants
like
700 firm. Yeah, he's like, I can't go lower than 700.
It's the
Looks like-
Equinox. What's the Equinox look like? That has the rosewood grips and the brushed nickel.
Yeah.
Or brushed stainless.
Yeah, stainless or brushed it. Yeah, I couldn't tell. He sent me a couple pictures, but
I think they're two-tone. I think they have the rosewood grips, and then it's like black and brushed stainless. Yeah, I want to say that new. They're probably I was on their website the other night. She was looking at some stuff and asked me about something, and I started looking on their site. I think they retail in the 8s.
815 is retail.
815, yeah. I was going to say low 8s.
Gungenie.com, galleryguns.com, and I can get one locally for $6.99 without tax. So it'd be $40 tax for me. So,
but
yeah,
here's the thing.
Brand new. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of times it's 1 7-round and 1 flush mount. So if you want the 7-rounders, it's going to be a little bit more. That's one of the things that we paid a little bit extra from one. No, we didn't pay extra for it, but I got one of the guys to give me price from 1 7-round and 1 6-round mag for 2 7-rounds. He's like, okay. So we got the 2 7-rounders. Now, those, like I said, though, those freaking mags, man, are like, they're pricey. So if it's in good shape, I mean, I don't think that's a great deal if you don't want the mag, if you're not a big mag guy, like if you're okay with 2 mags, you could probably do pretty close to that for a brand new one. Yeah, but if you like all the accessories, if you're like, yeah, 4 mags, awesome, and a bunch of holsters, then I mean, I would jump on it. Now I will say this. There's one video under my playlist. I forget which one it is. And it was a kid that had a 938 and he was having trouble with something. Jeez, I forget what it is. And it was, there's something in it. Is it the transfer bar? Something like that. I forget in the grip. And he was having trouble with it. It was like sticking and locking and getting all funky. So he took the grip panels off and cleaned everything in there. I kept that video in there just to kind of keep it in the back of my mind, check that kind of thing. Because it was kind of a weird design. And especially if you pocket carry or something like that, you get a lot of lint and dust and stuff in there. But she likes hers. She really shot it well. She really shot it well. She was very pleased with it. I mean, she went out. I wasn't even with her. I had the little guy. She went out to shoot and came back in. She's like, wow, I shot great with that. That's really nice. It's so good. I can't believe how well I shot it. Now, it's 1911. So, are you going to carry it cocked and locked? Are you going to carry it empty chamber? You know what I mean? Some people, that's a deal breaker,
Yeah, don't know. I was just looking at that, and I was looking at an AK locally.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like, But the AK was which one was it? The NPAP, the Yugo NPAP with the underfolder.
Oh, those are cool.
But, yeah, and he was asking, I think $450, but he was giving you all the steel mags and a case, the hard case, and all kinds of crap.
As long as it's not banged up, that's a good deal.
Yeah, I'm supposed to try and go check it out later in the week.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was too bad of a deal.
No, I don't think so.
I figure you got an AR. Now I have to get an AK because I don't have an AK.
I'll tell you what, I came in just under the wire too. The rifle that I got I did full upper and full lower. What I paid $490 for is like $600 right now already.
It's getting a little. I mean, if you look at like classic firearms and a lot of the web retailers, they're running out of AKs. I mean, when AMD 63s run out and Bear Creek Arsenal AR-15s run out, that sales are definitely up. And now I'm seeing 10-day shipping delays on most of these online retailers. Classic and Buds and everybody. It went from 5 to 10. So it's if you want, I'd say maybe the Wasser might be about the best thing you're going to get right now because they're going $600-700 at this point. Just stay away from like a RAS 47 or a C39 V2 and you should be fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
I might have to jump on it then.
I would do the AK. The way things are, I do the AK
the AK
for sure.
and get a like a strip lower or two just to have it. There you go.
Oh my god, dude! Strip lowers. They were asking
AK all the way across.
Yeah, they were asking $85 for Anderson strip today at the show. Yep.
Yeah, that's
$40 on AIM right now.
There was a couple places that had them for 65, but anywhere from 65 to 85.
AIM surplus
Gonna get a
for $40
Spikes Tactical
right
for what was he asking? $88, which is okay. Yeah, and I was gonna do it because it was the Calico Jack one. I'm like, that'd be good to build. But maybe I'll jump on that AK later in the week.
Hey, I'm going to turn my headphones off and back on, so give me a second. You guys do what you got to do here. See if that echoes me.
So maybe I'll check that Yugo MPAP then.
Yeah, that's probably I'm looking at Classic right now. That's a good deal.
Whoa.
Yeah, because he has
Yeah, that's trippy there.
7 mags. Yeah, 7 mags.
It's still
not
echoing.
a big deal.
I wonder if that's somebody else then.
I think it's coming from Graham.
Because it was echoing when I turned my headphones off. I could hear it echoing through the laptop. It doesn't matter. I don't really give a shit.
Let's see if is it me? No, it's not me. Okay, I thought because I was going to drop and come back in, but okay.
No,
I'm pretty
you're
sure.
good.
I think it's RL because he keeps muting himself and then it kind of goes away.
Oh, yeah, because it's not doing it now.
Is it doing it now?
Nope.
No, we're good. We're good.
There it was.
Oh, there it goes again.
Yeah.
The demon voice.
Wait
for the demon voice to come up.
Yeah.
It says that Ruban says that dang cat is a copycat.
Well,
I don't know. I'm on my headphones. I don't know how it would echo on that. Usually, it only does that if I'm on speakerphone.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's not horrible.
Hey, they did get AMD 63s back in at Classic.
Oh, did they?
$499. So if you want one, I say jump on it because it ain't gonna get any better, especially once stuff starts passing. I mean, that's about the lowest price you're gonna get. You get an MPAP underfolder for $579, and then everything below that's RAS.
I'll tell you what though, if you're getting, is he giving you any ammo or anything, Graham?
What was that?
Sorry, you guys go and talk this one.
Is he giving you any ammo too, or just the mags? With that,
No, just the mags in a hard case. He said he'd throw in 7 mags and hard case and stuff. The pictures looked in good shape.
What is he selling, Graham? What is it?
Yugo NPAP.
Ask him if he,
Underfolder.
ask him. Okay, ask him at the front. How much is he asking?
450.
Yeah, make sure that the front sights aren't canted really bad on it too. Make sure it's if you can ask him if it shoots, is it zeroed? And if you can take it, test it, that'd be the best way to see if it'll hit something. But because they hate to buy something that no matter how you adjust it, it's going to shoot 5 inches low or something.
I'll have to check it out. You know what? Maybe
Okay.
I'll just see if we can meet up and take a look at it.
You can probably tell when you look down it. You might be able to tell if it's cocked off to one side. You should be okay. I mean, I don't really hear a lot of complaints about the Zastava rifles at all. I mean,
No, I haven't. Other than the only thing I didn't like about the Zastavas are they tried to do that dust cover rail system that was just I don't know. It's just goofy. I mean, I guess it'd probably hold up for a short range red dots and stuff like that, but just kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on the new ones. And then they got some of these other brands on Century. They got like Blackheart firearms. I didn't see. I was watching the AK-47 operator union video on the Briley Defense AKs, and those things had some serious issues.
Oh.
And those are like supposedly Hungarian parts kits, but I guess they use really crappy bolt carrier groups with them, and just I don't know. It seems like they just can't seem to get it right. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was either. How much did you say the 63 was?
$499, but you're going to be getting it with stock furniture, so you might want to put yourself. Who is it? Mission First Tactical makes a really nice front handguard for that type of AR, and it's like $40 for that kind of a handguard because it's got that handle with like
black
muffler cover thing.
Yeah, the black plastic.
Yeah. So you're going to want to get something up on the front. Mine came with the UTG quad rail.
That's what I have on my. That's what I have on my 65, the UTG Pro.
Yeah.
It's not there. UTG. Actually, I just bought a UTG. I bought a broken shell extractor for $223. It's UTG today. I have not. I've never gotten anything UTG that hasn't held up well. My bipod on my Savage is a UTG, and that thing is really nice.
If anything, maybe they're a little bulky and over-engineered, but that's what you want in a low-cost part, so it isn't just going to fall apart on you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll say if you go ahead.
They're made in the U.S. now.
Yeah.
It's I guess Leapers bought them out.
Okay. If you guys ever get an AMD 63, though, you got to get I got a Tapco slant brake on the front of mine because the brake on the front of that thing literally weighs 8 ounces. It's just like a huge chunk of iron on the end of it. I just use a slant brake, and that works just fine. It's got the huge screw on the front of it, but
yeah, I have the same one on my 65, but I have to because it's a short barrel.
Yeah, because that'll make it. Is it like a 14.5-inch barrel? Otherwise,
12.5. It's 12.5.
Okay. Oh
yeah.
damn. Ooh.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because
that's the original style.
Yeah, and if I'd ever want to SBR it, all I got to do is take it somewhere and have them take the muzzle brake off and screw one back on.
Yeah.
And I've got a 12.5-inch AK SBR, which is pretty awesome.
Where'd you pick that? Where'd you buy that? Did you buy that online?
No. There's a place in Carlisle. Now this is, and I actually told the guys in the Daily Gun Show about this one because it's a really cool shop. It's like a bike shop that years ago was people in the town used to, back during World War II or whatever, they used to keep some guns there in case anything ever happened. Little shit hit the fan scenario, I guess. And when the war settled down, there was still some guns down there, and the guy just started selling them. So it turned into a gun shop. And the guy I used to work with, it was a Navy. He was in the Navy Special Forces, Naval Special Forces. He found out about it, and we went in, and I just kind of fell in love with it. I was like, this is such a cool little gun, man. It's such a short, it's got the short barrel, but I mean, you don't notice it because it's got a 4-inch brake on it. But with the side folder, man, that thing folds up nice and small. Yeah. And it throws a hell of a fireball, man. Tell you what.
That's
cool. The old timers at the range definitely know when I'm shooting it. They look down and they're like, what are you shooting? I'll tell you what else I picked up today too. If you guys, Travis, I was talking about the M-Lock rails.
Yeah.
AIM Sports, right?
Yeah.
M-Lock rails that are aluminum.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a T6 aluminum, and they are. I got them for cheaper than the Magpul polymer ones would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're nice. I put a I bought a angle foregrip for the rifle, and I put the. Why did I just lose my camera? That's weird.
That's looking good.
Yeah, I put the 13 slot. So the
Yeah.
13 slot T6 aluminum rail, I got the guy down to $16 for it.
Oh yeah.
And you can't buy a Magpul one for the Magpul ones are like 18, and they're plastic. So I thought that was kind of nice. It's really snug. It's nice. It's real solid.
Well, that's not a bad deal at all, man. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I've never had a foregrip like that, so I'm interested once I shoot it if I like it. If not, I may take the bipod grip off the AK and put it onto the AR. I don't know, or not. Just leave it
I'm
the
getting
way it
scared
is.
with you showing all these scary black rifles, man.
Well, it's got a silver barrel.
I'm getting uncomfortable though.
Well,
Yeah,
Jerky's
that's
got
fine. You're with friends.
Okay. Starting to get triggered. I mean, guns scare me.
Okay, Trigger Cat.
Trigger Cat.
You want it painted pink?
Actually, I'd like to get one of those the snowflake lowers that Spikes makes, but they're sold out everywhere.
The unicorn?
I saw 3 or 4 of them at the show today, but I'll tell you what, man, they were asking like $150 for them.
They were about
Or
$100
$120.
online last I saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did they have the color filled ones or not?
No, these weren't filled. But I mean, that's
Oh,
easy
okay.
to do. You can always do that yourself if you wanted to.
Well, the ones from Spikes come color filled with the unicorn on them is like rainbow color filled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has the
And it's blue, like
whatever
baby
your
blue.
safety selector is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Somebody I know was gonna get one. I don't remember who the hell it was though.
I saw some white AR furniture online too. I thought that'd be freaking hilarious. Do the snowflake lower with white AR furniture.
I'll tell you what, Ghost did that video from Shot from that company. I can't remember what the hell the company was, but they had all the white ARs and AKs. They were sharp, man. They were looking sweet. They look like Stormtrooper AKs.
Yeah. That was wherever that was something for AKs. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Jorge says his AR shoots full semi-auto and full stop. That's definitely you Echo and RL. I'm not sure what's going on. Because it's when I stop talking, it pops you. It'll pop you back up for a second.
All right. Well, I'll just have to mute after I'm done talking. Then I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
hear
it's
it
weird.
on my end, so it's got to be something with my headphones.
It could be. Nick Aver says unicorn lower echo trigger on vertical grip would scare the snowflakes. Yeah, they couldn't handle it. Hemi says, yeah, white looks cool, but it would be a nightmare to clean. Yeah, I could see that definitely for sure. Especially when you start getting into, powder on your fingers and stuff like that. You don't even realize you're getting it all over the damn place.
And I was looking up those AMB 65s on Gunbroker just to see what they're going for, like yours with the 12.5-inch barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, anywhere between $700 and $1,200 is what they start at for bidding.
That's when I bought mine.
Wow.
I got mine for after taxes and after whatever, transfer and all that kind of stuff. I had mine was out the door for $590 with I think I got 1 Tapco mag and then 3 steel mags for $590, and that was right before. I guess it was right before Sandy Hook, and it was crazy. What I paid $500 for was going for like $1,500.
Oh, jeez,
it was nuts. Yeah, it doesn't take much to start jumping up, and it's hard to find those barrels now.
Yeah,
pretty neat.
I know I paid less than $400 for my washer when I bought it, I think. And right after Sandy Hook, I could have sold it for like I think I got an offer for $1,100 on it.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Sean says we need one with Hello Kitty furniture. That would be funny for the snowflakes.
Hey man,
That'd
Hello
be
Kitty though, that's hardly snowflake material. I think Hello Kitty's an original two-way advocate.
The collision of kitty.
The collision of kitty.
They have that sticker that has Hello Kitty holding the I don't know, pistol, and then an AR or something. It's hilarious.
Well, they have the one with the AK.
Gunpowder has the Punisher skull Hello Kitty set up on her patch that she wears around.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Now, my only problem with a white AR is, would you be able to carry it after Labor Day?
Sure, who's going to tell you not to?
Yes. Just the rest of your accessories have to be a dark color. Nick
of Earth is saying go to Black Guns Wood. They sell wood furniture for AR-15s. What chat were we on? Oh, it was last week. Who the hell was it? Not Philo. Somebody was on the chat last week, and we were looking up some stuff. And if you go and you look at Turnbull ARs, man, they have some cool stuff. See if I can figure out how to do this. This would be good practice for me to do.
Are you going to go do a screen share?
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell Nick, it does look pretty cool. There you go. I'm going to turn my black scary rifle into a wood rifle. They need to make me a wood Picatinny rail.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, let me get this. These are freaking awesome because they're like case hardened too. Let me screen share here. Okay. Can you see that? Can you guys see that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's pretty cool, man.
Isn't that nuts? That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, Turnbull makes some pretty cool shit.
Pretty awesome looking.
Yeah. It's an AR-10. Yeah. Look at that grip. Look how like polished that is too. That's pretty neat, man. Yeah. That's cool. Look at this guy, little short stack. in my Waffle House terms, that's a short stack.
Yeah, that does.
Something like that. What are they asking for something like that?
I think it was like 2,300 or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a lot. Oops.
So.
Oh, call for. You know it's bad when it says call for pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Take your firstborn, but
yeah.
27.50. It looks like it has a goldfish. Look above. Look at that. The one mark on it looks like a goldfish on that one, right above the front of the grip. If you go up to behind the chamber there, the opening. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think I need a $2,800 AR.
No.
Mia says that's a daddy's gun out in the chat.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
I think it gives you permission to go buy it once you put a down payment on it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I would say. That gives you permission to at least put it on layaway.
Yeah, he's the woodworker.
How long can I stretch that layaway? 30, 40 years?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I I actually had a shop here the one time I was looking. Have you guys ever? I don't know if any of you guys ever looked and seen the Noreen rifles. Noreen's a company. They make an AR chambered in 30-06. And I was looking at one, and they're like 20.
Oh my
The
God.
one I found at the one shop was like $2,600, and the guy's like, "Well, we'll do layaway." I was like, "What are you gonna do? Like 6 months layaway?"
Financing a car, dude. Like
Yeah,
get
and
a
he's
car
like,
payment.
"Well, if you're making payments on it," and I was like, "No, I gotta walk out now before you finish that sentence."
Hey, yeah, there's been plenty of places I've seen that do financing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy stuff, man.
All right. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. Some of us have to, work hard in the morning, right, Travis?
Yeah, I'm gonna be bugging out about 11:30, I think. Well, 12:30 your guys' time, but yeah, I got a long day tomorrow.
Hey, I'll be hardly working tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and we have to deal with possible what do you call it? Walkout, or what do you call
Oh
it?
my God!
Damn it.
People striking or whatever.
No, the kids are gonna
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to plan a
Is that supposed to be tomorrow? Is that the National Walkout Day?
no, on Pi Day. They're trying to do it on Pi Day. 3/14.
Oh, jeez.
Pi Day.
Yeah.
Oh, 3/14. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
man.
national.
Yeah.
I was like, is it National Pie Day? And nobody told
It
me.
is National Pi Day, and it's Pi Day.
I was just thinking whether I wanted to get an apple or a peach for tomorrow. Then if it was Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. And what really makes me mad is if the kids do decide to do their little walkout, there's no consequences for them at all, because parents called in and complained.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one, but you know what? Your actions have consequences, right? I mean, you walk
Well, that's
out
what
of
I mean.
school, you got to take your medicine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem, but it's like if we protest, but I don't know, whatever.
You know, I've had a job for a long time. If I said I was going to have a walkout day on my job, pretty sure I wouldn't have a fucking job the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's funny, and Travis knows this. The union sent us a thing that said we are just to follow them. If they go out, just supervise. We are not allowed to. So my other fellow, people that are mostly anti-gun, are not allowed to voice their opinions if the kids walk out. They are just to stand and not say any anti-gun stuff. So that's kind of good. They can't join in.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've got stacks of Field and Stream and American Rifleman in my classroom on the magazine rack, so I don't really care. So I mean, I'm like, yeah. No, I mean, it's a different environment though. I'm so much more rural. I mean, but I mean, it'd be the same thing. Yeah, we got the same notice from the state teacher association saying, if they're gonna go, you can't really stop them because it's, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you couldn't. Well, yeah. I mean, you really couldn't do anything, any kind of punishment or anything like that. But now, as for us, again, we in Nebraska, the teachers here, we're not allowed to strike. We don't. If you do that, you can get fired. So they do everything through negotiations and mediation if there's that big of a problem. So we stay, in the classroom and just walk out. But every state is different. Every local is different with how they organize and.
Yeah. We can strike, but we have to do that whole give them 30-day notice, then a 14-day notice, and then the only time we've threatened to strike that the papers put us in a bad light was we went 3.5 years without a contract, working and not striking, and then they're like, "Oh, you need to give us more time." Like.
Like, bro, we're retiring next month, man. Come on, it's been 3 years now. We're gonna be here, people. Yeah,
it's like 3.5 years without a contract. I mean, come on. But
yeah,
I don't know. It is what it is.
Psycho Camp says, doesn't anybody here remember walking out in protest of Vietnam War in the late 60s and early 70s? No.
there was a war in Vietnam. There was a Vietnam War. What?
Too young.
That was a conflict. Remember?
There was a draft. What?
That wasn't a war.
Even as old as I am, I was in junior high when the war was over. So.
I was gonna say, pretty sure the war ended a couple of years before I was born.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit, year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's really surprising, and Travis, a couple of the students brought up to the rest of them because they're like, oh yeah, we'll walk out just to be out of class.
Yeah.
And the other ones were like, do you not understand? They're trying to steal our rights. I had a bunch of kids yelling to the rest of them.
Good.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. They're like, they're stealing our rights.
That's what I was thinking. Is it's high school. If they said people were walking out, 90% of the kids walking out probably don't give a shit why. They just went out of class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most of them said, yeah. They were just like, oh, what?
Especially when they hear there's no repercussions. They're like, no repercussions. Screw this.
Those are the same kids that complain about not having a snow day when there's like 2 inches of snow outside. It's like, get in here. You're already here anyway.
Oh, your other half was asking me earlier. Oh, I'm near Chirac. I'm in Illinois.
Chirac. Chiraki.
I'm near Chirac, yeah. So sad. I think I have to move out of state. I have to do like, who was it? Was it Obnoxious that lives up this way that was leaving Illinois? Obnoxious.
Yeah, Obnoxious is moving to North Carolina, I think, from Illinois.
Yeah, I need to start looking. Because this is it's not fun here anymore. Not that it ever was, but.
Well, that's Tony's in Illinois, right? Too.
Yeah, but he's in New York. Okay, Jared, with your Illinois. Yeah, he's in Southern Illinois. Yeah. He's all the way. Because, like, for me, it would be easier for me to drive to Madison, Wisconsin, which is about an hour and a half away, than to drive to Springfield, which is almost 4 hours away. So I'm all the way up near the Wisconsin border.
I carry my revolver in single action. Says I'm in Illinois also.
Is he?
He's crying. I carry my revolver in single action, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, with all this stuff we got going through, I hope he did his email.
Phoenix says, "Do you remember World War I?" Cycle Camp remembers.
Ouch.
Yeah, things are getting scary when you start pricing muskets on Gunbroker. It sees black powder pistol qualifies.
I was just gonna say, get home and order yourself some black powder just in case it gets bad.
Yep, exactly.
Cycle Camp's gonna be sitting in the Dunkirk movie, going, "I remember that. I remember that."
Well, that movie was based on my life.
He said, "I think I saw World War I on Nick at Night."
They still have Nick at Night? Is Nick at Night still a thing?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I'm on here all the time. I don't even know if I have a TV.
Who has time to watch TV?
I haven't, dude. That's what I just said. I said that to my wife the other day. I was like, man, why do we even? The little man watches cartoons and stuff, but other than that, like I hardly ever watch TV.
It's all background noise, and then we get all upset when we try to do live streams and we got people turning the TV up to like 50 because they're half deaf.
Oh yeah, you were a mess the other night.
Last night, yeah.
That's why I am too. I have it all pretty much on as background noise, unless my daughter's here watching it.
Yeah, I hear that. That's why it's hard to jump on sometimes. With all these guys running around the house and the TV's on, and
you got
Netflix
like
streaming.
Kids too.
I know. Hey, you know what? I am doing my contribution to the next generation of Pro 2A.
Yeah.
Are you just?
There's 5
those
more.
Those of us with multiple kids, I mean, we're just contributing to making sure that our community evolves and continues on.
Grim is
Hardot
producing
knows
his
where
own
I'm coming
militia.
from.
Grim is producing his own militia.
I
You're
am.
a teacher, Graham. You could just change some minds. You don't have to, father a softball team to try and change stuff.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm happy to report that Nick at Night still does exist, but they've kind of changed their. It's on from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm happy to report, starting at midnight, they show episodes of 2.5 Men. So that's good to put on a children's programming channel.
See, that's upsetting because I can remember being a little kid and sitting up with my aunt and watching like Mr. Ed and Green Acres and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been on for 32 years. Oh my God, Nick at Night.
I can remember before Nick at Night because you used to get the test pattern at the end of the day.
I was just gonna say that. Who remembers that when the TV actually went out?
They would have the color bars going on, and then the national anthem would come on, and then it would go off.
And it'd go off.
Yep, you had Johnny Carson, David Letterman, then nothing.
Phoenix said to look up punt guns, which I knew what they were. They're like a goose gun. They're made to blast like a dozen geese out of the sky at one time.
Those are the ones that are like 4 gauge, and you attach them to your boat to go shoot a boatload of ducks at once.
Yeah.
Gun Jesus just did a video the other day on a shoulder fireable one.
Oh God!
I don't know how excited I would be to fire one of those things from my shoulder, honestly.
Yeah.
You guys see that?
Travis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
CS Blue is asking, are you permitted? Oops, I just lost the chat here. Dang it. Are you permitted to engage your students in pro or anti-gun debate in your classroom? Or mine.
Well,
I guess he's
it's not actually part of my curriculum. Like I don't. I mean, now I would say this: if a kid asks me a question, how do you feel about teachers carrying in the classroom, or what are your thoughts on guns? Obviously, I would push a pro two-way standpoint. I mean, I would not even in a second would I not say, well, I'm totally in favor of law-abiding citizens carrying arms. I don't ever just spark up a debate on it because it doesn't really deal with. It's not a. I mean, I teach computer programming in Spanish, so I mean, it's not like we have debates on it. It doesn't really come up. We're usually debating whether or not a verb is conjugated correctly or if this code of Java is correct. But no. I mean, I'm always happy to, and everybody at that school pretty much knows I hunt, shoot, and I whatever. There's a bunch of us that do that too.
The incorrect response to a student on that question would be push me and find out.
Oh yeah.
No, we're the same. I teach science, so I teach biology and genetics and stuff. So unless it comes up like you said that they ask, I'll usually tell them my viewpoint. I'm like, but what do you think? I always give them that you need to think for yourselves, and they usually do.
What does the media tell you that you're supposed to think about guns? And you can point out how wrong they are. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
colleagues and stuff. I'm not afraid to admit either. Heck, most of them want to
like but yeah, we're not really. I mean, not that we can't talk. If they bring it up, we can talk about it. But usually, like I said, unless we're dealing with science. And, we can get into ballistics, I guess, because I do teach Newton's laws and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I donate shells for the forensics class. They love that. Who gave you all those shells? They asked the science teacher, where'd you get all these shells from? Oh, Mr. Patushka down the hall. Oh. I have enough now. I gave every station has like 50 different shells and calibers and stuff. They get to do forensics. They do crime scene analysis, and they do ballistics, and they do shell, and they learn about rifling and the pattern it leaves on the slug and all that fun stuff. So yeah. And now they want to be CSI kids. So that's cool.
Yep.
No complaints about that.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered something, Tardot. We got a competition to do.
Yeah, I already uploaded some more on there.
How many?
I've got to do a video for.
How many do you have?
How many artists or songs?
How many songs?
44.
Chump change.
I haven't started because that's just two artists though.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot from 2 artists. So
I'm talking Iced Earth and then Bo Cephas. I mean, come on.
Bo Cephas. Junior, Mr. Junior.
Yeah, Mr. Junior.
Mr. Junior. There was a great story I heard one time about Senior. It was really funny, and they said, I mean, he had gotten pretty bad into drugs towards the end. He had a pretty bad pill problem, I guess. And they said they were on the road one time, and they stopped in the middle of to this diner in the middle of nowhere, right? And he was all strung out, and he had no idea where he was, what town they're going from show to show or whatever. And the waitress walked up, and she was, was not, typical, not, I don't want to say typical, but kind of, older, banged up, diner waitress, like not looking too good at the end of the shift and tired and, worn out. And he said, "Where are we? Where are we?" And she said, "Well, honey, you're in heaven." He said, "Thank God I'm going to hell."
Oh, man.
We so Dardot did a video the other day and was talking about doing a music playlist for his channel, and I remember hearing somebody else doing something like that every once in a while. So I thought
I'm planning on it. I'm planning on getting that built up. I'm probably going to be doing like a once a week little video on whatever artists I put on there. So it's going to be a slow build up of each artist.
Yeah, that's I left Jerry Reed on the Midnight Jams one from it. I should have changed it this week, but I'm going to leave it on again. But if you go under my playlists and you find the brunch one, it's Midnight Brunch or Brunch Jams or something. It's Midnight Brunch Jams. There's 113 songs there, and it is anything and everything as far as genre. It starts with Rick Astley and it ends with House of Pain.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, that's
and it's anything and everything in the middle. It's got country, it's got pop, it's got rock, it's got folk stuff. It's everything, and it's got to be 7 hours worth of music. I don't know.
That's what's going to end up happening with mine, because I tend to go all over the place, and I know on the video I made the comment about having a lot of metal and country, and I think Cycle Camp was the one that commented on my video. It was Cycle Camp, or one of them was commenting and said I should have said it's going to be banging and twanging, and I told him I should have been the name of my channel. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think there is one of those. Isn't there a Bang and Twang channel on YouTube?
That's Twang and Bang.
Banging? Yeah, I don't know.
Twang and Bang and Twang. I think it's Twang and Bang.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can't do that. Yeah.
Hey, Midnight. I think I'm going to go ahead and bug out, dude.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming, man.
Let me hang out. I appreciait it, man. It was a good time.
Super fun to have you. Yeah.
Good stuff. And I'm hungry now too, so I can help you.
Yeah. Just take a quick detour past the fridge on your way back.
Yeah, there we go. See what's in there.
I will say this. I mean, everybody out there that's watching right now knows about it. But anybody that might watch this in the future, the one or two people, check out Caliber Corner Saturday mornings. One of the best shows out there, man. Travis does an awesome job coming up with really good topics, and unlike me, knows how to keep the topics on track. So,
no, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. This is a good show. It's a good way to end the week, man. I like this. It's a good Sunday night.
Was there?
Chill out, listen.
Did you even try putting topics today? Because I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I did. It lasted about 30 seconds. But that's okay.
I'm just amazed. Travis P11 puts out videos. Okay. All right. I was just checking. I never heard that before.
He said he's going to start.
I've got I'll be putting my first video up tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It's a part 2 of the Taurus Rough Rider video. And hey, by the way, if you're a Patreon supporter of mine, I put all my videos out early on there. I think I put 6 videos out this weekend. So gives you a whole weekend of viewing content. Yeah.
So Travis P11 will actually kill the phone on your battery twice as fast if you're a patron.
Yes. Yeah. Leave all the notifications on for me. So if you need a wake up call at 6:30, it'll go off for you. What's that?
You need to get Stan on a live chat.
We can do that. I'll talk to him. I'm actually going up there tomorrow, so I'll have to go talk to him and see if he'd willing to do it. He just likes to. Cool. He just likes to have a spot in the background just to kind of be the quiet supporter of the channel, you know.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a little question and answer, like, what's it like to run a pawn shop? What's it, you know what I mean?
Just say, what do you run into? How do you, where do you get your guns? You know, where do you get them? Secrets. Tell us your secrets.
What's your craziest story? Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure he's got some stories, you know.
Yeah, you guys were asking about videos. I think I'm up to 546 now.
Nice. So you're trying to take down YouTube now. You got rid of VidMe, and so now you're working on YouTube.
Yeah, it's been a slow assault on YouTube over the last couple of years. So yeah. No, that's good stuff, man. No, I appreciate it though. Thanks for letting me hang out and chill. This is good stuff. All the food chat, and gun chat, and everything else.
It's good. It's good to have you. It's still a little bit of a learning experience. You know, this is only like the third one or something we've done with the laptop. So
no, it's working out good. The audio is good. The video is good. Good camera.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's doing the lighting's a little bit funky, but you didn't see. I'll have to text you a picture of what it looked like on the other laptops.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was like kind of a purple hue or bluish hue or something like that.
Yeah, like I have a black shirt on. I have a black shirt on now. Yeah. It's showing up pretty good. It's a little grainy. It was like.
You said purple?
Lavender. It was like lavender. It was literally it was lavender. Yeah. So this was the third laptop in a row. We got two. I replaced. I took the other one back. Got the same model and brought it home. You know, got a new one and brought it back. Did the same thing. I was on tech support like 5 times. They couldn't figure it out, and I was like, dude,
it's a cheap camera. It's you know they're trying to get you in a laptop with the lowest price possible. So they're not going to put the best light capturing lens in the camera with the best, you know, processing software. You're going to get some functional at best. You know, you're lucky if it's 720p on those built-in cameras too. So
this is I'm pretty happy with this one. It's I just like I said, I need to get a mouse because it'll be a little bit faster than the trackpad, and it's a little awkward. And it is nice that it's a touch screen, which is pretty cool. So, you know, if like in the middle of something, it seems like the trackpad's not working, I can, you know, go to the touch screen and kind of move stuff around. Yeah, Mia's in a, she asked me what I was wearing. I was like, look at this shit. Look at this color. She's like, what shirt are you wearing? I'm like, I'm wearing my chef jacket. I'm wearing my black chef's jacket. Jesus Christ. She's like, oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh man.
What's funny is I was on with live tech support, like where they actually take over your computer, you know?
Yeah.
Which was really neat. It was like a tech chat, and then, you know, which worked out great. HP was really good about that, but they went in through everything and couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, I can't be the only dude that's had this issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you Google it, you'll find that some people will say like it's the type of light bulb they're using. And when I took it back, I told them that, and I was like, listen, I'm spending a truckload of money for a laptop. We're spending a lot of money for this laptop. I don't want to have to think about what kind of light bulbs I use around it. You know, that's not right.
You shouldn't have to drop $100 in lighting, you know, just to keep it. Just to have regular balanced light, you know.
Yeah. So this is a little bit washed out, but it's
No, it's tech talk, man. I love it. I love talking about computers and technology and all that fun stuff. So, and all right.
But anyway, check out Travis, guys. If you haven't, if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. And Saturday mornings is a really cool time slot because you don't see a whole lot else going on. So
it's early, but it's just something you can play later on in the day. And it's just, you know, the way I do it is if play while you're working on a project around the house or if you're on the road. So I like to do early morning one.
Yeah. And it's, it's a very loyal group of guys that come in every Saturday and watch it, but the topics are always awesome. And it's very, I'd say viewer driven, which is good. You know, if a topic comes up, you know, he'll make a show out of it and does a great job. So, you know, thanks for coming in.
Cool. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
See you, buddy.
Hey, maybe see you tomorrow, Matt's chat. All right.
Yippers.
All right. Later. Peace.
Later, Travis.
Now, Mia says this is Midnight's biggest problem in real life too. Which would that be? What did I say? I probably said something stupid.
I just wondered, is Gary still alive? I haven't heard him say anything in like an hour.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Never heard of him.
So he didn't fall asleep.
Maybe your cat
So
ate you.
I didn't hear him talking. Every once in a while, I heard a little tuk, 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 tuk. Little peck, 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 peck.
That's my cat. Wasn't me.
George is banging on the keyboards.
Yeah, Miss George. Damn it, George, quit it.
Have you had the Glock back out since the last video?
No, I took it to the range Friday. That's the last time it's been out.
You seem to shoot that well. That seemed to be a good shooting.
Yeah,
for
worked out really well. I could keep it on target. Now, it's a little down and to the left, but not much.
You know, when I shoot, if I'm not shooting well, or I mean, yeah, I'm not like an amazing shot or anything by any stretch of the imagination, but if I'm off, it's usually low and left. That's me too. I struggle with finger placement, like where I'm putting my finger on the trigger. Like it'll be too far in, too far, not far enough in, and I end up pulling it or pushing it a little bit.
But all in all, I was pretty amazed that I didn't miss the target on any of this shot. And they all, other than maybe the first couple shots where I pulled them a little bit after I got past the first 3 or 4 shots, they were all pretty much right there. So like I said in the video, I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not. There's a lot of people that do a lot of naysaying about calibers and barrel length too, and they're like, oh, it's only a 3-inch barrel, it's only moving so fast. I'd say the only issue I think I see with that a lot in videos is your expansion isn't great when it's not moving fast enough. But that's actually where I like the Hornady's with the critical defense with the polymer tips. They just always seem to expand well.
Yeah,
maybe not the best. They're not like they don't open up like awesome. But they always seem to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I carry those in all my guns.
Yeah.
They tend to do well at lower velocity than a lot of the Gold Dot or something.
Yeah. Cycle Camp says, "Whoa, dirty talk now. What's going on?"
Yes.
You keep talking about the length of your barrel and your tip and everything. I think you're getting
Oh no.
the length of your block is important, but
This is how it goes down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Blacking, 1 minute. Got somebody new in the chat. What's going on?
Ooh, that is a new one. Yeah.
That is
How you doing? What's up? See, this could be a trend for my live chats because I'm on so late when nobody else is, and people just looking for a chat, Phoenix says never had a problem with the critical duties. Yeah, I have critical defense and critical duties for my 40. And then I did carry critical defense in my 9. I moved it. I did switch that to 124 grain gold dots. See you, Rupan. Blacking, very noob. We got noob, and very noob. How about, hey, what's up? And then in the wife she has critical defense in her 938. And then in her 38, we have the critical defense lights, I think. They're the little pink tips. They're a little bit less.
Daughter's gun because she complains about the recoil. So I said, let's try.
Yeah. The only thing, Joaquin El Crack. Okay. Pendejo. Hey, how you doing? I speak a little bit of Spanish, and I speak enough Spanish to know what that means. What's going on, homie G? The only thing I worry about a little bit a little bit with like a 38 with the light is that's a whole lot of case for not a whole lot of powder. You know?
Yeah.
Always worry about a little like poor ignition, I guess is a good way to say it. You know what I mean? Or maybe not consistent ignition between rounds, but I don't know. All right, homie, you're gonna get bootified here in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Hey, pew 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 pew.
Pow! And on that note, I will catch you guys later.
All right, I'll see you, Greg.
See
See you,
ya.
buddy.
All right, you guys have a good one. Talk to you later in the week.
You
Yep.
too.
All right.
Actually, the chuck 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 thing, that's turkey. That's what turkeys sound like out when they're talking to each other. Phoenix says it's a 4.5-inch barrel in the Springfield and a 4-inch barrel in the Ruger. 4-inch is plenty. I mean, my 9mm is a 4.25. It's 4.25. And then my 40 is a 3.25-inch barrel.
4 inches has been plenty for me for years and years and years.
4 inches, man. You're high on the hog. Living big time. Thanks, Grim. See you, buddy. Mel's a little bit late. That's what she said. Well, there is a lag, I suppose. So he probably did jump on that one pretty quick. But that's the one thing I watched. I really enjoy watching Paul Harrell videos. I think he's super dry, but pretty funny at the same time. But he does a really good job with his testing and his explanations, and he seems very unbiased, which is cool. And he did a lot of short barrel tests with I think it was 9mm. He was doing like 3-inch barrel or under.
He's done 9mm. He's done 357 short barrel test. I can't remember. I watched most of them.
Crazy Scotsman, what's going on, buddy boy? RL, mute yourself when you're not talking. I'm getting a hell of an echo again. I'm not sure what's going on. If your maybe your headphones jack is like the actual jack from your headphones is jacked up or something. Your jack is jacked.
Either that, or if you're using one of those one-ear Bluetooth pieces, maybe just because the mic's too close to your headset or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Hey, this is just my regular headphones that I have plugged into the top of my phone. So I'll take them out and see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, who knows? But he's done a bunch of testing on some of them, and some of the shorter barrel things, and that's what the Critical Defense did really well. It's not obviously not the hottest thing out there, but it does what it's supposed to. I really find it hard to believe that nobody else is doing that either. They must have a patent. I mean, I'm sure there's a patent on the polymer tip or the polymer insert like that. But I mean, you see like Glazer rounds have the Glazer, the blue ball, Glazer Powerball. No, not Powerball. What is it called? I forget what Glazer safety, the safety slugs, I guess they are. But it's kind of hard to believe that nobody else is doing it because it's a hell of a marketing ploy at the very least,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. It seems pretty cool. It seems to do what it's supposed to do.
What I like about the Critical Defense is now I've shot not a whole lot of it, but it runs pretty clean in your guns versus other ammo. I don't know if it's just the powder they use in that or what, but it does not leave a whole bunch of residue.
Yeah. Corbon does the Glazer Powerball, Rich says. It is Powerball. See, I said Powerball, and I keep thinking about like the lottery Powerball. Phoenix says he'd like to find more tungsten 5.56.
Does this still have an echo issue?
What's that?
Is this still having an echo issue now?
you had a little squeak in there a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be echoing.
Okay, that's weird.
It's kind of, yeah, it's not bad. It's a little, yeah, I don't know. It's like a little tiny bit of feedback every once in a while, but it's not anything. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what really does well is the Rangers, the Ranger tees. Man, those things open up huge. The new, well, what used to be a Talon, the black Talons. Tungsten TIG tips work well, says Russ. Are you TIG welding on your bullets?
Are you staying on for a little bit midnight? Because I'm gonna make a beer run if you are.
Do you want to go live? Do you want to do a show?
That's all right. I don't know. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. The hell with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on a little bit here yet.
Oh, I gotta say, Midnight, if you're gonna run this late, you ought to include snacks in your videos.
What the hell would you guys want to watch me eat snacks for? Wouldn't that just be horrible for you?
And there ought to be some way you could share. Somebody needs to invent that.
Yeah. But I guess if you were close enough to share snacks, it would really defeat the purpose of streaming onto the whole world, you know?
Well, I suppose. But...
Scotsman, you can get a link. You want a link? What do you? Let me see here if I can find you on the Hangouts. If you would be here. Or if you want to put your we did not see. Oh, Mia says, yeah. Scotsman, if you want a link, throw your email out there. Don't show what's under the kilt. Yeah, that's no good for nobody. Not Mia says I'm going to need that Tiffany AK. That was an AR. It was we saw a sort of a Tiffany blue. It was probably a Cerakote or something.
Oh hell! If Gunpowder's listening, she probably just lost her mind because that's what she's looking for.
Yeah, it was. We should have. I should have asked the guy to take a picture of it. I didn't. I've had some run-ins with people asking to take pictures. They get super weird about it. But yeah, it had the receiver was Cerakoted, and then it had a handguard. No, handguard, and the buttstock match too. Maybe the grip. I don't remember. Let me see if I can send. That's 2 minutes. That's a lot of letters and a lot of numbers. And there you go. Let's see if that gets to you. Failed. Maybe I typified it wrong. Oh, I think I did 2498 at gmail.kizzy. See, all that dead air, this is what I have you guys for. You're supposed to not let me have dead air. What the hell have I paid you guys for?
Well, I don't think any of us have received our paychecks yet, so we're on strike.
I'm not paying you before you work. That's bullshit. That's not how the world works there, homie. Have you ever started a job in your life where they handed you a paycheck the day you walked in?
No, but if you find one of those, I would love that.
Yeah. That would be like the best scam ever, you know? There you go. Let's see if that shows up there. Now that I did it right. Yeah. Scotsman, I'm very new on this laptop, so yes, it's very this is only the third. There he is. This is only the third one that I've done with the laptop, so it's all kind of new to me. I'm used to doing everything on my phone, not having a panel. So, Phoenix is asking, does are you saying Magpul sell rebuild kits? What do you mean a rebuild kit? Like the handguard, the buttstock, and everything all included, all at once? I would probably. Although, I don't know. You want to do an AR with an orange tip like New York requires. There you go. Jumpy's here. What's going on, Jumpy?
Better send Jumpy a link.
Yeah. Jumpy never wants a link. PMag Springs. I don't know. Scotsman, that might be a good question for you. Do they sell mag fixer-upper kits? Can you get a new floor plate and spring and all that kind of assembly for mags?
Not from PMag themselves, but you can buy what the hell do they call those things now? It's like the straight follower and not the canted follower, but the straight follower.
Oh, like that? Is that the ones they just call the no tilt?
Yeah, the no tilt. That's it. Yep.
No tilt follower. Yeah. I mean, I know you can get. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, because you can put new springs in. You can put new springs in pistol mags. Why not? Why not AR mags? I've just never really heard of anybody doing it, I guess. I don't know if it's because they're inexpensive. No, that also might be the thing too, where a new mag might be $12, but the spring might be like they might charge you freaking $9 for the spring. So why the hell would you do it?
See, I've never really heard of anyone replacing springs themselves. It's more the follower than anything else. Usually, if you have an issue in the mag, it's usually the follower.
Is that just because it gets all dinged up?
It gets dinged up. If you buy some of the cheaper mags, for example, the followers don't always sit properly.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to chamber that round, and maybe it tilts downwards. So when you try to chamber, it doesn't always take the round and put it into the bore it properly.
Yeah.
And so that's why they came out with the anti-tilt followers, to where it literally, there's no way it's going to push down the wrong angle. It literally sits straight the entire time. And no matter what, it's always going to chamber that round.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm new to the AR world too. So I actually just got my first AR like 2 weeks ago.
The anti-tilt followers will run you like $5 or $6. That's it.
Yeah, Jorge's saying $7 for 3 of them. It's not bad.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, I just bought. I have just 3 like Gen 2 or Gen 3 PMags. That's all I have so far. Just something inexpensive to get to the range and bang around. And I want to buy like 1 or 2 nice, something with a little nicer, record. Something a little bit not just cheap. Not that PMags are cheap, but yeah. Hey, Michael Cornett, how you doing? Hey, if you want a link, buddy, let me know. I know last week you were talking about maybe wanting to jump in.
All right, I'm back now. You guys can continue the show.
Oh, thanks. Here I was just sitting here staring at the screen waiting for you to come back. Did you get your big old-timey jug of beer with like 3 X's on it, like a hillbilly?
Of course.
Like they used to have in cartoons?
Of course I did. You got to get the little touch of the shine in there.
There you go. A little.
Yeah, he's
shine.
back and ready to get loaded.
There you go.
That's what we were all waiting on.
Yeah, it's not a show until RL's loaded.
Oof. I'll tell you too. I wanted to tell you, RL, that live stream you did with the GP100 for Mad Sexy. You should try and do that more often. That was pretty interesting to watch. to kind of, try and figure something out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can do that. Next time I have something in here that's broken, I can always take it apart on camera. I still would I'd like to get the grips off of that so I can do a full takedown video on it, just because I intended to take the whole thing apart to show how to fix it. But
yeah, it almost seemed so tight that you were going to destroy them trying to get them off.
Oh, even off camera, I tried shrinking them up in the freezer a little bit and making them a little firmer, and tried to tap them off with a hammer. They won't budge. So
yeah,
try a heat gun, maybe heating them up, and there's the only other thing I can really do to them.
Yeah. Mia says like troubleshooting guns. Yeah, Mad Sexy had bought a used GP100, and it was locking up on him. So RL kind of opened up a live stream and talked him through using his as a guide, or I guess a guide, whatever you want to say, a visual aid, I guess, on how to kind of get it taken apart at least. And then they kind of found the issue and realized that he wants to send it back to Ruger to have them fix it. But it was really interesting to watch. It was kind of a neat idea, like, online live stream sort of gunsmith, troubleshooting. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I found a picture of RL, by the way.
There he is. That's the guy.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Looks like a younger version of me and skinnier.
With more teeth.
And with more teeth.
So that's a kind of a combination picture. Says it's RL's beer with Ellis's hat, RL's teeth, and the Scotsman's old beard. It's pretty nice. You guys
it's not even close to my beard, my old beard, dude. Come on, man. Come on, dude.
That's your 5 o'clock shadow right there, huh?
Yeah, that's my 5 o'clock shadow, dude.
But that online troubleshooting, or that live stream troubleshooting thing, it would be really neat. Like I got to keep that in my head, like, kind of think about that, and we should really kind of try and pass that around as a neat idea, because I think that could be really, really cool for people. Or like if you how to take apart a gun, even as simple as fully stripping down a 1911 or whatever. There's lots of videos out there, but it'd be really fun to do it live with somebody, you know what I mean, and have them walk you through it.
I thought about that too. Yeah, taking something down live. Here, is this better for everybody? And get like an old black powder revolver.
There you go.
Yeah, look better. All right, hold on. I gotta get the hat.
Actually, I think I did that. Yeah, I did that with my SP101, and that's actually a video that got quite a few hits.
Well, I was going to say one of the biggest things I get asked all the time in the store is, "Can you clean my gun? Can you break it down and clean it for me?"
Yeah, and
it's stupid, but I get asked all the time. People don't want to clean their guns; they don't know how, or they don't want to.
Yeah.
I have just other drivers of where I work will give me guns and have me clean them for them. I make $20-$30 a gun sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say
stuff and cleaning it.
That's cool that you can make a little money at the side doing it. I was going to say, like, if you weren't doing that, if you're just doing it for people, I'd be like, hey, go pound sand, learn how to clean your own damn gun. But if you can make $20 an hour doing it, or whatever, $25 an hour, why the hell not? Or more than that, probably, if you're making, I mean, I know I'm kind of a worrywart about taking guns apart. Like, I know I could do it if I know enough about guns, but I get really nervous about it. Like, being able to put something back together and do all that stuff. So it's nice to have YouTube and tools like that to be able to kind of watch it, step by step and stuff like that, So that's I think what's that?
I made mistakes here. If you can see the mark on the top of my CZ slide.
Oh, I've got my
from a slip punch right there when I was changing the extractor.
I did the same thing with my Jennings, that little J22 I have. It's got a little scratch on it like that from the same thing. I was trying to. It's kind of weird, like you push in on the back and it lets the spring loose. Of course, the spring shot into my closet, which that was a lesson learned real quick too.
Oh yeah, I've done that with the Jennings before. The little
you
what is
push
it?
it in the back.
In the back.
Yep. Yeah, the little. Well, it's like the striker, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, I
you
went
push
flying
it.
up and broke the lamp on my workbench the first one. I disassembled one.
Phoenix says PSA has 200 rounds of Federal 5.56 and 10 PMags for $129. That's a good deal. That's one thing they still have. They're still having some really good deals on mags and ammo combinations. There's been quite a few of them. Their lowers are starting to creep up there. Not as bad as they were today at the show. Holy crap! I walked past the one, and you couldn't see any of the prices. The prices were like underneath they must have just put the lower down and it had the tags underneath. And I was like, hey, how much are your Anderson lowers there? And the girl's like, 85. I'm like, holy shit. Jesus. Things aren't quite that bad yet,
They're around here they're usually 65 in the local shops, but all the shops charge $20 for a transfer. So if I order them online, I'm going to pay $60 anyway. But no, I go out to State College. My one buddy on State College charges me $20 for the first transfer and then $5 for any additional guns on each additional one.
Yeah, so that's cool.
3, I only pay $30 for 3.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I pay. My buddy charges me 15 for transfers. It's good. Psychocam says, start with cheap mill serps and work your way up. That's something that that's going to be a little bit later on once I get a couple of things that I want. I want to get into I want to find like that $25 old banged up Mauser or something like that and redo it. I did one of the home bluing kits to my 22 and it turned out pretty good. Those are actually pretty cool. If you've never done that, it's really easy. You just gotta be patient, and that was one of the things that I didn't have enough patience with it. So the finish is a little muddled, but I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time I'm trying to talk. That kills me every time, man. But like redoing the stock, taking everything apart, stripping it down the whole way, I've never done that, and that's something I want to do. Phoenix says every time you buy an Anderson lower, G-Webs has a stroke. Is that what happened the other night when he didn't have a daily?
I won't even go into that because Gunpowder about lost her stuff on that. Listening to him and Matt going at it about it.
Oh, is that when he was talking about defending your life with a cheap lower? Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah, pretty much. It was Matt was getting at buying. Yeah, talking to a guy about who's talking about buying a lower before they jump it up to 21. At the risk that they're going to jump it to 21, he was wanting to get started on getting an AR-15 going. And Matt was trying to give him some cheap options, talking about some PSAs or something around $50-$60. And somebody had mentioned Anderson, and that just set off the conversation. It just went to hell in that whole second right there.
I mean, I think there is a risk. There is a risk that you take when you buy something more mass produced, but less quality controlled. I mean, I had to send this lower back. The lower of my the lower that I got from PSA was just not right. There was something wrong with it. I'm not sure if it was now. I have heard from 2 other people that they had issues and they tracked it down to the pins, that their pins were out of spec, which would make sense too in mine, that maybe it wasn't the lower, maybe it was the pins. But I wouldn't really have known that,
The problem comes when you start getting into the manufacturing process, and I've said this for years, and most of you guys know I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. when you get into the manufacturing process, it's just like a car. When you drive it off a lot, it's yours. If there's an issue, guess what? It's a manufacturing process. There's always going to be something that can go wrong.
Sure.
Always.
Well, I'll tell you.
And it's because there's a human behind the machine.
Sure.
And so it doesn't matter if you spend $20 or if you spend $1,000. You're gonna have an issue at some point in time or other. Gonna happen.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. Honestly, I'm not the kind of guy that screams and freaks out when there's a manufacturing defect. It just happens.
The difference is the difference is how the customer service and how that company takes care of you. That's the difference.
And I'll tell you what happened was, I got a full upper and a full lower. And I brought the upper with me to my buddies at FFL. And I went to slap it together and I was like, God damn, this pin is tight, man. He got it and he's like, wow, I've never had a set of pins not go in. I mean, he had to tap them in. And when he tapped them in, the right-hand side of the receiver, where the detent is that slides in and out of the pin, it actually like chipped through the receiver, like took a little chunk out of the receiver. Now I hadn't taken ownership of it yet, so it was kind of nice. It was actually much easier because he just called me, said, hey, I have a defective product, or he sent it back. I called them, said, hey, it's defective. I'm not the owner yet. We never transferred it, and they were very, very good. They were very nice about it. And they got it back to me in got me a new one in like a week, I think. The new lower showed up, and then the next one was great. But having talked to a couple of people about it, I assumed it was the lower, but it might not have been. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It is
well, and that whole conversation, the whole problem with it was just that they were trying to get this kid something before everything hit the fan, and didn't have a whole lot of money. They were just trying to get him started. And, and I understand that point of view, and I understand G's point of view about, spending, you want to spend some good money on it, make sure you get a quality product. But, what the whole point of getting at it was just that, this will last you at least those 3 years until you're 21. So, this could be a starting point if you're going to save the money to get something nice when you actually turn 21, if that law goes into effect.
Yeah, and listen, like, I know, everybody talks about, like, when the collapse of society happens and, it's time to fight zombies and, we're going to have to fend for ourselves. But there's nothing wrong with buying budget, firearms. I mean, if I don't shoot a lot, I really don't. I don't get a chance to shoot a lot, and I mean, I've got quite a few rounds through my AK, and it's only like a case and a half. It's only like 1,500 rounds. That's nothing. There's guys that do that in a month. It's like,
well, here's the other thing too, is most people don't think about this, is if you're going to build one, you don't have to buy everything at one fucking time.
Right.
Buy one piece, wait a month, buy another piece, wait a month, buy another piece. It may take you a year. It may take you longer, but you're taking your time, you're doing it right, and doing what you have to do for your budget.
See, now that's why I got into building them, because I could buy it a piece at a time instead of putting an $800 rifle on layaway that I might like. I can build the exact thing I want a piece at a time over the same time frame and get everything the way I want it.
Yeah, I'd really like to build one with the wife. I think it would be a really cool, like a fun experience, to kind of learn to do it together and do all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what drew me to PSA, though, was the ability to sort of customize it. Because I got, a nice set of handguards. I was able to get the lower with a really nice stock on it, and it came with the flip ups and that kind of things too. And the Magpul, it was Magpul all around, but there's for less money, and it's I'm not going to have to change the stock out and the grip out and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good, they have a good thing going there. I think they're a pretty cool company. They got, they make mistakes, I'm sure, just like anybody else.
They do, and again, one of the biggest things that they do right in other companies, and that's where it comes into play, is customer service. How do you take care of your customers? And PSA is really good about taking care of their customers.
Yeah. I will say it was kind of funny. I gave it like a week. And I called them and I said, hey, I just wanted to check in. I sent this lower back. We had an issue with it. It's all whatever. I just wanted to see if you guys got it yet. And the guy said, no, it hasn't been received. And I said, is there any way to get an email when it is received, just so I know, just make sure it doesn't get lost in a shuffle and, a month from now, I still don't have a rifle. And he said, sure. Yeah, I'll send you an email. I'm actually in charge of, the receivings for defect, products that have issues or whatever. And it kind of does show that sometimes the left hand and the right hand don't know what the hell's going on, because 2 days later I got the new one in the mail. or my FFL did. So they had, quote unquote, not received it yet. They had and processed it and sent a new one out, and the dude didn't know it. So, but hey, I got it, and that's what counts.
All right, guys, I gotta jump off here. Y'all have a good night.
All right, see you, buddy. Thanks for coming. Michael Cornett, he says he used to live in Massachusetts.
I've showed this rifle before, but that's an Anderson lower with a PSA upper, and the parts kit I got, lower parts kit I got at a gun show for, I think, $48 or something like that, $50, and I got the stock at a gun show and stuff, and it fits together as tight almost as the one I built on a stag lower with an upper and everything that I probably paid $1,100 putting that one together, close to it with the barrel I have in it, and I put this together for like $500.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing at the range. Now I don't know. I mean, for an Anderson lower, I mean, it drops. It's got PMags will drop free on it and everything. I just don't see the lower being that critical of a part. I mean, most of the accuracy and everything's in the upper.
Yeah, and that's where we were really confused, and that's when we were having trouble with it, he was like baffled. I mean, he took it downstairs, put it in his vise, and was kind of looking through it, and like tried to put his another upper on it, and it wouldn't work. So something was out of spec somewhere. Like I'm not.
Well, when it comes to that, it's more about the controls versus the actual lower itself. It's all the controls at that point. So there had to have been something wrong with either the trigger or somewhere in there and the internals itself. Something was wrong.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too with Anderson. I mean, I'm sure some people have gotten a crap Anderson lower. The sheer amount of Anderson lowers that are out there. Think how many they produce. I know my one local gun shop gets in cases of them 100 at a time. So same with like Taurus. When you make that much product, you're gonna have a shit one every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people don't understand is it's like, even if everybody across the board had a 1% defect rate, like if 1% of their products came out and something was wrong with it, I mean, you look at a high-end company that's only making a couple thousand of something versus somebody that's making hundreds of thousands of something. Yeah, it's going to look like that 100,000 products is trash, but it's not. It's the same percentage, and I think you have to take that into consideration.
Hey, Midnight, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, too.
All right, see you, buddy.
All right, see you. Thanks for the invite.
No, thanks for coming, man, always.
You bet.
Night, Gary.
Night.
Man, Scotsman, you guys went for like freaking 5 hours the other night. Christ, I came home and was getting ready to go to bed, and you guys were still live.
No, I was not on there still. I was on there for like 2.5 hours and I jumped the fuck off.
Well, he just doesn't want to fall asleep on camera again.
Dude, I cannot do the fucking 5.5 hour chats, man. I 2.5 hours is good, man. Past that, screw it. I'm done, man. At that point, I've gone through all the beers in my fucking fridge. And you know, if I got no beers left, I ain't got shit to talk about.
Do you ever do, you know, like, you know, they used to do, Barry and Eric used to do gun gripes and stuff. Do you ever do anything like that since you work at a shop? Do you ever kind of, not that you want to like put any of your customers on blast or anything, but
no,
you know.
I haven't done anything like that yet. I'm careful about what I put up, and I say that in a specific way because I will always stand up for our Second Amendment rights, 110%. Always will. I will back him left, right, and center. I'll be the first one to jump out there and fucking stand in the firing line if it gets to that point. But at the same time, you got to be careful when it comes to the various things you say, because I work in a shop, I run a shop, and there's a lot of things that come into play when you do that kind of work. So, and the other part of that too is I'm still a green card holder. I'm still not a citizen yet.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
So
what you're saying is we could get rid of you yet?
No, I'm 110% legal. The only thing I cannot do that you can do versus me is you can vote. I cannot vote.
Yeah, but you can still bitch, and that's just as important.
And I can bitch left, right, and fucking center. If you watch my video that I sent the email to fucking Governor Kasich, and that motherfucker's getting a phone call tomorrow.
Oh man, boy, yeah.
I left it. It's been a week, and that bitch has not sent me an email back or called me yet. So guess what? He's getting a phone call tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, now here at PA, with Toomey and Casey for senators, I only ever get form responses back from them, email or written. If you write a letter, they'll send you a letter back, but it's still a form letter written out by one of their secretaries.
And that's it. And you know, I got the generic email back of, hey, we received your email. Thanks for emailing us, blah, blah, blah. All right. Fine. Thank you. I appreciate that you sent me a generic email, but where's my email from the fucking governor? This is the guy that's producing and saying, hey, you know what? We're going to take away your rights. Tell that son of a bitch to contact me.
Yeah, and CS Ballou said out in the chat he can't believe that Kasich could have been our president. Yeah, as bad as big of a flip flop as it seems like Trump has made. I mean,
that's part of the problem. That's why Kasich is doing this. Kasich wants to run for fucking president. That's why he's doing this shit. He's backstabbing everybody that he was going for beforehand. 4 years ago, when I met this guy, I fucking shook the man's hand. The man was all about the Second Amendment. Now he's all about getting in the fucking office and doing what he has to do to get in the office, which means, oh, it's all flipped on this side. Let's ban guns. Let's ban this, ban that, ban that. Now he's on that side of it because he wants office.
Yeah.
He can't go for governor again. He's already been in that position for 4 years. He can't go again, so he's done. Now he wants to go higher. So it's screw everything else. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and go with what everyone else wants, and everyone else is saying, well, let's ban guns. So that's what he wants to do.
Yeah,
the problem is the same one Trump is gun owners are one of the main reasons he got elected, and he just alienated 50 to 60% of his base. So he's done. I mean, I don't see how Trump could be elected if he runs again. I don't think he's going to run again, but
I don't think he runs. I mean, months ago he said, you know, his old lady came. What's her rat face? The Melania, right? Yeah. Came out and said how she was talking to him and said, oh, how it's so much harder than he thought it was going to be and all this stuff. And I was like, first of all, why would you say that? That makes him sound like he doesn't even want to be there. You know what I mean? But, you know, says something like that. It's like, he ain't going to run again. He doesn't want the headaches, man.
Well, he's a businessman. He understands the headaches, but the headaches are way bigger. And it's not just the headaches. What he's dealing with is what we all deal with every day, and what we see every day is bullshit.
Yeah.
And you can take headaches all day long. Trust me, I deal with them every single day. I deal with the dumbest shit you'll ever fucking see day after day after day. And I'm sure you do too. And what he deals with every day is way more, and it's the bullshit of everyone else that goes in and jumps on the bandwagon saying, we got to do this, we got to do that.
Well,
then
yeah.
And he's got to try and pick and choose because he wants to, A, appease the people that voted him in. B, he's got to appease everyone else that sits in the same place as he does. And so it's almost like it's not a double-edged sword. It's like a triple-edged sword because now he's fighting 3 different battles at once.
Yeah. Yeah, when people started calling Trump a populist, populist. Yeah, this doesn't sound right when I say it. It didn't quite sink in right away until a little more recently. I was like, yeah, I see it. I mean, I knew what they meant, but it didn't really sink in until recently. And you just see him sitting at the desk beside Feinstein, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, brutal.
Well, don't trump him too. Don't call him out too loudly. I've been getting name called on other places for calling him out on his bullshit lately. So,
what the hell you mean? What? Where? Like on forums?
Yeah, on the forums. I call him out on his bullshit. Call the NRA out on their bullshit, and I get called names.
Well, here's the thing too: is it's still early, so it's a tough situation. But give the guy a chance. He hasn't even been there an entire year yet. Give the guy a chance.
He came out today and said he supports the Fix Nix bill, raising the age limit to buy any guns to over 21, banning bump stocks, and arming teachers. Now, the only thing I agree with there is arming teachers, and I'll give him that, but I'm going to call him out on the rest of those fucking things. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that, man, because I was at work all day. So, yeah, that's bullshit right there, dude. And I agree 100% with armoring teachers because we're doing a program right now at my place. I started this program here in the past week where we are training teachers. If the teachers want to be armed, they can come to us. We will train them. We will arm them and make sure they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's really cool. There's been some other places that have come out and said that too. They're like, well, hell, we'll teach them what they need to know. Now, what's crazy is the amount of training that they want in, was it Florida? Like 180 hours a year or something like that it was? Or 130 hours a year? That is a ton of time. And I understand that's awesome when you get trained that much and you're going to be really good and you're going to know what you're talking about, probably. Not that matters to some people. I'm sure they still suck after 180 hours.
All right, let's take this for example. So your average cop, the amount of times they shoot in 1 year is when they qualify.
Right.
And they qualify once a fucking year. And that qualification is less than probably 2 hours, tops. So how can you justify making someone else who's not a cop go through 120 hours in 1 fucking year when you got the cop that quals 1 time a year,
right?
And that's the only time he ever shoots his fucking pistol.
Yeah. Yeah, it sits in the holster and collects dust, collects dirt. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that amount of time. They said that amount of training blows away like what the average police officer goes through in a year. I don't know if it blows it away, but they said it goes over what the average police officer. How in the hell are you going to require them to go through that and not a officer, or the other way around? It's weird.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, all right. So when I was in Georgia, for example, you can get your carry permit. You don't have to do any kind of testing or anything whatsoever. All you got to do is file your claim, fill out your paperwork, do your background check, bam, you get your permit.
That's how Pennsylvania is here too. Pennsylvania is nice. It's costs like $20, $14, something like that.
And you know what? I'm all for having a little bit of training. I really am. I'm all for it. I agree with it 100%. I don't care if it's 9 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. I'm all for having a little bit of training before you get your permit. To me, it makes sense. If as long as I've been doing this, if you are anyone who's been around the business, you understand where I'm coming from, because the things that I've seen over the years, trust me, I would rather see someone take 2 or 3 hour course before they can get their permit than just go fill out a fucking piece of paper and get the fucking permit.
Yeah, I know, like, Night Strike did his, he had to qualify and do all that kind of stuff. I did hear something really weird the other day from, was it Rick? I think it was Rick. Said that, which I think he's in Massachusetts. He said that if you qualify with a 9mm, you're not allowed to carry anything bigger than a 9mm. You would have to carry a 9mm or a 380 or a 32 or a 25 or something like that.
No, like in Ohio, you can qualify with whatever the hell you want and carry whatever you want.
Right. I had never heard about any place doing that. So, like, if you qualify with a 9mm and you buy a 40, you're not allowed to carry that 40, which is, I've never heard that. That's pretty weird.
No, that's nuts, man. That's nuts.
See, a lot of the states qualification courses, like, we've heard guys on there like Night Strikes, and Rick was saying up there shooting 25 yards at a target and stuff like that. They have nothing to do with carrying. I don't know how many there are out there that actually require drawing from a holster, but I think that would be number one as far as the 3 yards draw from a holster, put 2 rounds on target. You know what I mean? That there's hardly any. I mean, a lot of these courses you're not even allowed to draw from a holster for the state qualification. Whereas like a basic pistol course, that's going to be, one of the first things you learn is a draw from the holster like that. The qualification process is just dumb in a lot of states, in my opinion. I mean, shooting 25 yards at a target proves nothing. You're standing static and shooting 25 yards at a bullseye side target.
And that's one of my biggest problems with a lot of states like Georgia, where I was beforehand, where literally you fill out a piece of paper and you get your license. And seriously, I'm all for freedom. Trust me, I'm all for freedom. I support 110%. But I'm all for, you have to prove that you are capable of some sort of competency when it comes to shooting. If you're going to carry that firearm and you're going to be willing to take someone's life, if you have to protect yourself or defend your family, you should be able to say, yes, I am competent at this many, whatever feet it may be, to carry that firearm.
Yeah, I mean, in PA, like I said, in PA, we don't have to qualify. We don't have to do anything. We fill out the forms, and as long as you don't have any disqualifications, then you're fine. You're good to go. You go pick it up and you have it. We also have open carry too, without a permit, so it's a little different. But if they would come around and say, hey, we want you to do a 1 hour lecture course and and then qualify or whatever, I wouldn't really have a problem with that. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that it would be good for them just to get around. I think one of the things that it would be good for is there are still a lot of people. Hard Target. Hard Target says he's an NRA instructor in Massachusetts and is Mass State certified. They do not require shooting qualifications at all. I don't know what state it was then. It was there must have been another one, but I think it's good for people, just kind of like we're always saying about gun channels and YouTube and stuff, to be around other people that are that are knowledgeable, so you can learn from them. If you take somebody that's never had a carry permit, maybe they bought a gun, took it home, left it in a box, and never shot the goddamn thing. That's their first gun. They don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're scared to even use it, or they're worried that they don't have the knowledge. If they go to a course and they're around another 30 people that are gun nuts, they meet a friend, they build a relationship with somebody, and you start talking, and that's good too. It's good to build that relationship, possible.
Yeah, I can attest to that, because for what we do at our courses, for example, one of the first things we do is when you walk in, first off, we make sure all the guns are clear and no one has any ammunition loaded, no other guns and all that good shit. But what we do at that point is we introduce everybody. We start with the instructors, and then we go around the room and introduce everyone else. And everyone else says who they are, what their shooting experience is, and so on and so forth. And it lets everyone else know, hey, I can talk to this person, and so on and so forth. And everyone has the opportunity to befriend someone else and have that camaraderie and have the opportunity to learn with someone else that may be fairly new to it, just like they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, I grew up with guns, and a lot of us did whatever. I remember I started shooting when I was 6 or 8 years old. So, you shoot, you learn how to clean it, you learn how to care for it, and as a kid, I didn't take care of things as well as I should have. A lot of us didn't, but at the very least, I could, take the bolt out of the 22 and clean it and make sure the barrel looked good and use a brush and, do that kind of routine maintenance. Sometimes, there's a ton of people out there that don't even do that, and they don't know. And, next thing you know, they get around people that are knowledgeable, and it makes them excited. And next, they build some confidence, and I think that would be a really good. I know, even if it was an optional thing, it would be nice. Like if I went in to get my permit, and years ago when I first got my permit, if they said, "Hey, here's a course that's sponsored by, NRA or Gun Owners of America or PAFOA in Pennsylvania," they said, "Hey, it's a 2-hour course. It's free. You got your permit. You can go there and take this course if you want." That would be really awesome too. Maybe get some lecture, maybe get a little basic gun maintenance knowledge. That would be pretty neat.
See, that's where I would be at Midnight. If you're gonna have a course like that, then maybe the sheriff's department where you get your permit should be doing that. I don't see how requiring somebody to go pay for that's just another tax on your right, in my opinion. If you're requiring somebody to go pay $100 to take a class and then a test and all that.
Yeah. And it doesn't, it doesn't have to be a crazy tactical course. It could just be it could be with a volunteer, somebody that would be willing to volunteer from one of the local associations and say, "Hey, this is your beginner course in guns. What do you know? And, here's some safety precautions." I don't know. Just it doesn't have to be super formal. Mr. Jixer said, "We don't have permitless open carry right now, state of emergency." Yeah. That's yeah. I actually forgot that was a thing, that when you're in a state of emergency, or, it does restrict some of the gun rights, which is funny because that's exactly when you want them, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a slippery thing to say in PA too, because we do have permitless open carry, but as soon as you get on any form of vehicle, you need the permit.
Yeah.
So like you can't take your gun, unload it, put it in your car, drive somewhere, and then open carry. That's illegal.
Well,
Yeah.
right.
And it's kind of like here in Ohio, we have open carry, but for example, if I'm open carrying, the minute I jump in my car, if that gun is still on me, now I'm concealed carrying.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so
and it's not just a car either. People don't think about it as being like a motorcycle, or it's a motorized vehicle. I think is the way it's stated. So it could be a 4-wheeler, it could be a fucking tractor, you know?
Yep. Bicycle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's anything. Even a bicycle would probably get you whacked if a cop wanted to push it.
Yeah, I think it's written that the only time you're permitted to carry in a motorized vehicle is to and from a gunsmith, to and from a range, or to and from your place of employment, because you're allowed to defend. If you're like an owner of a business, you're allowed to defend that business. So you are allowed to transport it back and forth.
Place of purchase to your residence is one too. You can pick it up at the gun shop.
Right. Yeah. Well, Travis P11 was saying that they have a quote unquote like a loophole in Nebraska where you're not allowed to carry in a motorized vehicle at all or something. So like you buy a gun, you go to pick it up at your FFL, and what are you supposed to do? Walk it home? You know, like he said there's a law that says that it's not, it's stupid. They need something that they've looked at getting rid of, but it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like a little catch-22. It's like, yeah, you bought a gun, now how are you going to get it home, sucker?
That's something we're gonna have to watch out for. I put that. I have to say that before the rally in PA too, because if you're going to the Capitol, we might still be under a state of emergency when we go to the Capitol too. So
yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Open carry, you're gonna want to have the permit.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. As I know they did it the other day, last week or whatever, when we were supposed to get weather, the bad weather, and we never did. But I didn't even think about it as far as the opioid thing.
Yeah, I think that one expires before the Capitol rally, the opioid one, unless the governor renews it. But he said if there's a snowstorm here at the end of the month, it could. I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, shit. They
could screw things up for that.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to make the Capitol rally midnight?
I hope so. What day of the week is that?
It's on a Monday in the morning.
Monday. Yeah, especially if it's if it's the morning. I think you said it. Yeah, you said it's like 9 or 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it starts at 10 is when they start with speakers and stuff.
Yeah.
But you want to get there early. I usually go down for breakfast with a bunch of the PAFOA guys before the rally, and then we drive over all together and kind of park together and go up together. But
cool.
You're gonna want to get there a little early if you're gonna go in the Capitol, especially because there's gonna be between 9:45 and 10. There'll be a line starting because you got to check firearms to go into the Capitol because there's a court technically in there, so it gets kind of backed up if you don't get there. Usually about 9:30, we go through the firearms check and stuff. Then you can kind of just breeze right through.
Now, is that from you guys go through about where the fountain is, back by the rotunda?
Yeah, you go around the back, the entrance. There's a little parking garage on the back there. I don't know if you've been back that.
I was back that way once. I cooked in the rotunda. I actually did a culinary competition in the rotunda once for the American Cancer Society. But, yeah.
If you come up that back street, I don't remember what street that is, that back street.
I don't remember.
Totally familiar. But if you come up that back street where the steps and everything go up to the fountain, just past that, there'll be a little parking garage. To the right of that parking garage is security, where the Capitol Police office is. You walk in there, and if you want to, if you go to the Capitol Police's website, they'll have the form you got to fill out to check your firearm in. You can fill it out in advance. Then you just hand them the form. So you hand them the form, they give you like a ticket, you know what I mean, with a number on it.
Yeah.
And then they take your gun and put it in it looks like a mail slot, basically, is where they put your shit. And then when you come back, you just give them the ticket and they give you your gun back.
They heave it in a big pile in the corner.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of like mail slot boxes,
little cubbies, little cubby holes. Yeah, that's cool.
That's something for people to think about too. If they're going, if you take a rifle, they won't check a rifle because they have no place to store a rifle.
Yeah.
So people that open carry rifles there, they won't check them in.
Well, I'll tell you too. Yeah, just doing that. Just the first one, the Capitol rallies with, NEA's Capitol rallies. There was just a couple of us there or whatever, but it's the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And, I'm pretty excited to do another one, especially after watching Mike's videos and stuff the other day from Ohio's. Man, that was they had some awesome people speaking, man. And it really does make you want to go,
Last year we had John Lotz was one of the speakers. And he was pretty good. I think I do have a video somewhere of him speaking, but I don't think I have it on anything I can upload to YouTube. I'll have to look, but
yeah.
I think I took a little bit of a video of it.
Mia says the last time she was there to lobby, somebody dyed the fountain green to rebel against some law that was up that week. They do that for different things too. They'll do it pink. They'll do it pink for breast cancer awareness. When it's breast cancer awareness week or month or whatever, they'll put pink dye in it. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I don't know what green would be. Maybe like Earth Day or something, like something environmental.
Maybe we could get them to do it black for Scary Black Rifles for us.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, we're down to 13 people. They're dropping like flies. We did have a few new people in here though today too, which is really cool. Fat Bastard, I don't know you, I don't think. I'm not sure I've ever seen that name in one of the chats, unless it's a secondary name.
I swear that's not one of my troll accounts.
Yeah. Ain't no troll about it. It's like Trollmaster General. Scotsman's buddy. Alan B. Troll.
Troll is gay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was watching Rich's chat the other night, and I said something like that. Alan B. Trolling gay, or Alan B. Trolling gays, I think it was, or something like that.
Oh, it's Scotsman didn't fall asleep, did he?
I don't know. I wish you could tap on somebody's thing and make them and look at them through their camera and see if he's sleeping. That was some funny shit. If you guys haven't seen that, that is some hilarity.
That was fucking hilarious.
He was out like a light.
You fell asleep once. You fell asleep in lobby chat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I dozed off for just 2 or 3 minutes. It was just enough. Like, then that's the last time I've ever that was a late one too. That was a late lobby chat. I forget who else was in there. And yeah, I laid down in bed. I was like, I'll just lay down in bed and bullshit a little bit. I'll never do that again.
I think you were snoring.
Yeah, it makes sense. It would make sense. Jumpy Killer says 900. Jumpy says 9mm is overrated. 340 foot-pounds is not enough. Jixer says Philly might as well be Jersey.
Yeah.
There was a lot of confusion with Philly too. When Philly started trying to change, have their own statutes and stuff, freaking cops didn't even know what was going on down there. Cops were pulling people over and citing them and, giving them tickets and stuff for stuff that wasn't even illegal. I had a friend of mine, a guy I know, not a friend, I mean, acquaintance of mine that owns a restaurant. His son had a hell of a time down there one time. He got pulled over, had his carry permit, and the cop, man, I think they had him tied up for like 2 or 3 hours. Crazy. Oh, we lost RL. I think the Scotsman might be sleeping. I think he's out, RL.
I stopped fingered my. Yay! Is that snoring?
I think so. I think he's got something. I think
he's
got
something.
something.
To turn off the camera this time.
Yeah, because watch, you lock it on there. Right.
Oh no!
At least he didn't have the camera on this time. Now, if you guys if you guys watch that chat that he fell asleep on, he looked like his neck was about ready to snap. Man, his neck was over. I can't even do what he was doing with my neck, man. It was like he was laying on his own shoulder. He was way out, man. He was out like a son of a bitch.
I can't believe he didn't fall out of the chair and wake up that night. I was watching that.
Yeah. Sounds like a CPAP machine. Yeah, there's something in the background. He must have the TV on or something.
You're there. He's got the YouTube shadow.
Oh, that could be it too. The Jixer says, "I hope this goes on record." Well, now all you got to do, you guys know. Does everybody know how to do a timestamp underneath a video? Super easy. All you do is you just go into the video. If you write, I'll type it like this. If something happens at 45 minutes and 30 seconds, you just type that in there, like 45, 30. If you do that underneath any YouTube video, it'll actually put it in a clickable, almost like as a link. And if you click it, it'll take you to that point in the chat. A lot of people don't know that. It's kind of a neat little thing.
I didn't know.
Yeah, then you don't have to do anything other than that. So, like, if you go underneath this video once it goes live or whatever, and you type in 45:30, and then click on it, it'll take you to minute 45 and 30 seconds of the video. It's pretty cool. So if you ever do if you would ever do a chat or something where you would be looking at multiple guns, you could timestamp each gun so that somebody could go to that,
that's cool.
That one. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Mia says, let him sleep. I'm not doing anything. He's out.
You can mute him. You don't want to listen to him snore. That's about it.
That's true. Let's do that. Okay, Sleeping Beauty. Scotsman needs a crash cart stat.
Oh man! Somebody mentioned Grand Power. Maybe he'll wake up and start screaming.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I could boot him, I guess.
Let him in.
He'll wake up. He's muted. He'll like in the other chat, did you see he woke up and instantly went to back to snacking on what he was snacking on? Yeah. That was funny too.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, he's like
for 20 minutes.
Biker Bob, what's going on, buddy? All right, let's do we can do the tactical quiz now. I won tactical quiz the other day, and I got a double tactical hot shot. I've never even heard of that before. I was pretty proud. What's going on in Canada land? Jose says Braveheart was not a documentary. Say something about a grandpa, and he starts screaming freedom and slams his head on the keyboard.
Yeah, hey Scotsman, I'm gonna get a Grand Power P40 here next week. If anybody's never seen their chats, that's usually their.
All right, Bob, I don't have your.
Oh, we're gonna let a Canadian in the chat now.
Yeah, this is a not multicultural, I guess, whatever. Bob, what's your email?
You let a Scotsman in and he fell asleep, so maybe the Canadian can hang longer.
Oh, that's actually not that would be, well, he's still technically in the chat, so that would be 3 different ethnicities, countrymen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still all white guys. We're not getting any ethnic diversity here.
Yeah. Bunch of crackers. I don't think I have Bob's email. Let me see here. Nope. I ain't got it.
Hey, by the way, the shooting thing up this way, since I'm talking to you anyway, July 14th is a Saturday. That's going to be the shoot.
Yeah, I'm busting on a Saturday. I probably won't be able to. What did you say, July 14th?
Yeah. That's going to be where the Gatling gun and all the other cool stuff's going to be.
No, I'm not sure if this is streaming the gun. This isn't streaming the gun channels, I don't think. I had a bunch of trouble when I first started up. I set up the chat on mobile and I was going to text it to Jimmy. And then when I tried to link, and then when I tried to actually open the chat and go live, it just wouldn't let me do it. It was really weird. It had nowhere to go live. So if you want to put it in the chat, put it in the chat. If not, I don't know if anybody else is over on gun channels. RL, are you on gun channel? You're on mobile right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on mobile.
Tell him Pops just joined. Coda Boy was all wound up the other night too. He's been all fired up. He's been doing videos like crazy lately. Yeah, Jorge. There we go. T. .45 ACP versus 10 millimeter. I know where you stand, Jumpy. The Braveheart thing is really funny too. Have you guys ever seen the car in the background? There's a couple of scenes there in the movie where there's like a white van or something in the background. It's pretty funny. Since when is Hollywood accurate? Yeah, for sure. 357. See if Bob got the one.
Furnace set off now. I might do a lunch chat tomorrow again. I'm gonna start doing more of those. I seem to get quite a few people on there.
Yeah, why not? See if Bob got it. Didn't come back that it didn't send. So either that or some other crazy maple syrup drunk Canadian's going to show up, which might still be kind of fun.
Well, just drop the link down in the YouTube chat. You'll get all kinds of people showing up.
Yeah, normally I would, but we've already had like 2 or 3 people. I already had 2 or 3 people just kind of pop into the chat. Although I can boot them out, you know. And I guess you got to worry about them coming back in. Vanessa Kitty had a bottle of smoked maple syrup. That sounds cool. There he is. Senor Bob.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Yeah. Took my CIA, NSA.
We got X's, we got Maple Leafs.
Yep. Got big Maple Leaf behind me. There you go. All right.
International chat. We need somebody from Mexico. We need somebody.
I don't know, man. Most, like, that's the thing is, the Mexicans, they're just right across the border. They don't speak good English. I mean, you know, Canadians, we speak good English, except for them damn Quebecers, but we don't really like them anyway.
Is that what they're called, Quebecers?
In polite society.
Quebecians? Quebecs?
You know,
Quebecs, isn't it?
if I want to get in a fight, I'll call them Cacabeckers. And just make, you know, fun of them. Like, they're like the frogs who couldn't swim back to France. So, yeah, we don't like them.
Yeah, we did have a Canadian dog, or a Mexican dog. I got me saying Canadian.
I got a dog from New Mexico. That's kind of like Mexican.
Yeah, that's close. It's desert-like.
Yeah, he's a terrible dog. He's like really furry and giant.
Canuckistan. That's a good one. Canuckistan. That's what you should have called it. That's something.
It's actually becoming Canuckistan unless we get rid of the stupid idiot prime minister and this liberal government. We're going to be Canuckistan.
Was it it's Trudeau, right? Trudeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The liberal cuck, feminist prime minister.
Yeah, how did you get stuck with that guy?
I have no idea. Well, he said he would legalize pot. So all the
oh, no shit.
Yeah, so all the young people went, oh yeah.
Yeah,
and then,
that's all it takes.
Yeah, but it's been put off like 6 times now, and now they're talking they'll legalize it, but it's going to be really restricted, and it's like, oh, you lied, you little piece of shit. But anyway, a lot of people don't want to vote for him anymore, and now we've got another left-wing leader who's a Sikh, wears a turban, and might be in a gay relationship. We're not sure.
Oh, I think I've seen that guy. I think I've seen that guy in some videos.
Oh, yeah. He's super left, right? Super.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because he's going to take all these votes from Trudeau, which is going to allow the conservatives to just kind of slide up the middle and go, okay, we're in power again. Thank God.
So when he came in, did he do a lot gun law wise? Did things change?
Yeah, he actually didn't right away. He's starting to do it now. Starting because since your Florida shooting, he went nuts. And now, it's the Minister of Safety or whatever it is.
The Minister of No Defense.
Yeah. He's gotten all excited about this shit because it takes all the pressure off him for the fact that they invited a known murder terrorist to a staff party in India when they were on a state visit there. That was actually wanted in India or had been convicted in India of attempting to murder an Indian Indian minister.
Jesus.
In the government. Yeah.
Right.
And they invited him.
I wanted to make Bob feel at home, so I got out my Canadian hat here.
Oh, cool, man. I got lots of hats like those. Those are great. Yeah. Oh, you fold the ear flaps down and wrap that around your chin. It makes a big difference in the cold.
There you go.
Squib
Squib wears a hat like that all the time.
Well, if you ever have to go out in the cold a lot and you ain't got a whole lot of hair anymore, you want to wear a hat. I'm lucky. After my heart attack, my head just sweats like crazy all the time, so I really don't have to wear a hat. I just get icicles all over. I lucked out, man. Got a heart attack. Got all these weird conditions from it. Yeah, pure luck.
Well, if you live on poutine and beer, I think that'll give you a heart attack, won't it?
Oh no, I live on meat and beer.
No.
I actually don't like poutine. It's like, because the proper poutine is cheese curds and gravy, and I can't stand cheese curds. I'm sorry, you know.
They say that cheese curd is good when it squeaks.
I'll tell you what. I don't mind. Like I do a meal where I do cheddar cheese melted on top of pork chops, and I'm not talking cheese slices. I'm talking real cheese, but melted on top of pork chops on a barbecue. And you've never tasted anything that tastes so good, yet at the same time it must be just terrible for your heart. Because
barbecue pork, like pulled pork down here, like barbecue pork sandwiches and stuff with cheddar cheese or pepper jack cheese is pretty common.
Oh, it's not pork chops.
No, I know, but I'm saying like cheddar on pork, you know what I mean? Isn't really all that far fetched. I don't know, man. I mean, doing what I do.
Well, yeah,
I really try to really not have any preconceived notions on flavor combinations. You know what I mean? I try and just be like, oh, well, let's see what happens, you know, because next thing you know, you come up with something awesome, you know?
Yeah. I've had squirrel that, like, I don't know what we did right, but, you know, normally you do squirrel in a frying pan. It's kind of like, it's like a rodent meat. It's meat. It's okay, but it's not.
Yeah.
But this one time, I don't think it had anything to do with the herb weird. I always did that. But, you know, it was just a matter of other people putting spices in and shit like that. And the squirrel came out of this frying pan, and it was like, you know, the big lights go off, and it's, you know, golden, and it's like, what the fuck? This is the best thing I've ever tasted. And could never do it again.
Squirrel turns out pretty much like dark meat turkey almost, kind of flavor wise.
Yeah,
kind of tastes a little bit like that.
Or duck.
Yeah. Not quite as dark as duck.
Yeah, duck is greasy. I mean, it's like duck's got a lot of fat actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because those are birds that like fly off huge distance. But I guess it's this really weird thing where you think about, okay, they're gonna have to fly a long distance. You'd think they'd be really lean to be able to fly, but yet, in order to fly those long distances, they have to have this huge reserve of
energy. Yeah,
right. So that has to be fat, right? So when you catch them after they've been sitting for a while, they've popped that reserve back up. It's all fresh fat. I've always preferred to take ducks and stuff and geese when they're coming off the lake rather than coming into the lake. Like sneak up on them and then just, you know, startle them or send the dog out, and then they all take off from the lake after they've been sleeping all night, and then they're nice and fat.
Do you hunt fowl?
Oh, I have in the past. I haven't done it in years. Yeah, it's getting too old to do that shit.
Yeah, I've never really hunted duck or anything like that.
It's great. Like here, you're actually allowed to take snow geese. That's the big white ones. As many as you want. Like no limit. If you want to take 100, you can take 100.
Jeez.
But you have to eat them. Right? They can't go to waste, but you take as many as you want. So
how do they keep an eye on that kind? Do you have to get tags?
Yeah, well, they have game wardens that go out, and if they catch you, you're going to go to jail.
Right.
So they want to take that chance because you also lose all your guns. That's the thing about gun rights in Canada. We have decent gun rights unless you do something wrong or are accused of doing something wrong, and then you lose them all.
They're talking about rabbit out there. Rabbit's good too. Rabbit's a lot like duck.
Mm. Yeah, the only thing with rabbit, I've had lots of good experiences with rabbits, and then a couple of experiences where, you know, the after effects were not good. Shake and bake rabbits, I've had bad experience with. Using shake and bake on a rabbit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It tastes good. It's like dark shake and bake, right? Because all you on a bush rabbit, all you cook is the back legs anyway. Right? There's enough meat in it, really.
Yeah, there's not much to them. They're super lean.
Yeah. A big like a big jackrabbit. I mean, like one jackrabbit leg will feed a normal person as much meat as they want to eat. Still, one big jackrabbit, that's two persons meat meal.
I've never seen a jackrabbit. I mean, I've hunted rabbit when I was young. Never had much.
Yeah, they when they're sitting on their back legs, they're easily up to your hip. And yeah,
wow, geez, I didn't realize they were that big.
Yeah, they're super fast too. Eh? They're just a big, long rabbit. Like think of a full-size poodle.
Right.
You know how long and lean they are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's basically they're a rabbit version of that. So, like, they're not a little bush bunny you can hold in your hand. They're like I don't know, think a really giant cat.
Cat hunting. Don't say that around RL.
You know, the thing is, though, that in Australia, that is a career. That's a profession.
In where?
In Australia.
You can they have like a huge cat problem there or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cats are feral there, right? And it's killing all the local marsupials.
I didn't know that.
They actually have people that hunt cats. That's their job. They hunt them in cities with air rifles and stuff, and they hunt them out in the country with rifles.
Like down in Florida with the nutria. You ever see that?
Mm.
Those things are scary looking.
At least you can eat them, though. Those nutria. They're big rats.
Really. Yeah, that's all they are. Huge rats.
Yeah, well, hamsters maybe. I don't know. I think they look more like hamsters than rats.
They're pretty scary looking, man. They're like radioactive rats.
No.
That's what they look like.
Scary. Alligators is scary. The boa constrictors are scary. Nutrias, it's a big rat. I'm just gonna.
I don't know, man. You ever watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Splinter was a big rat. He was dangerous.
Oh yeah, but that was like a cartoon character. You ever watch Ben?
The bear movie?
No. Ben, about the rat boy. It was a Stephen King novel they turned into.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he could control rats with his mind. He could talk to them, and he would have these rats just like swarm people and rip them to shreds. Eh? That was terrible. But that was like one person controlling the rats. Like rats by themselves are not, you know, like if you start smacking them around, they're not going to swarm you. They have no reason to.
They don't run in packs and herds.
No
pack mentality.
Wolves, that's why you want a 6-shot revolver, or, you know, something that's got at least 6 shots, or a shotgun that you can load fast. I've always said, really, for bush defense, a double-barrel shotgun, kind of like Joe Biden, except I'm not talking about defending yourself and your family. I'm talking about defending yourself in a woodland camp. Double-barrel shotgun is probably fine. Because in all likelihood, if a bear attacks you, you're not going to get time for more than 2 rounds off.
Right.
In the dark. And, you know, it's just so simple, easy to pack in, pack out. I love double-barrel shotguns. I think they're the coolest little gun you can have. If you got to have, like, something minimum, you know, there's a lot of you have semi-autos or anything else. Double-barrel shotgun, 18.5-inch barrels, quick action. You can easily take it apart, put it in a little tiny suitcase, and you've got one of the more powerful short-range defense guns in the world.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
All right, Midnight. I'm calling it a night, bud.
Yeah, buddy. I'll see you, man.
Yep. Thanks.
Are you when you get around to it, you figure out what you're doing, let me know for as far as the rally goes. We'll see if we can tag up.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll let you know more what time I'm getting down there and breakfast and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to be down there.
Ooh, you broke up there.
Yeah, I'm in the other room now. Yeah, I said I'm definitely going to be down. So
okay,
I'll let
cool.
you know where I'm going to be. All
yeah,
right.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Thanks for stopping. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for inviting me. Yep.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, man.
Yep. Later, Bob. Have a good one.
Yep. You too.
Sweet dreams, Scotsman, if he wakes up.
Yeah. Rich White says, I go to bed and midnight won't have anyone to babysit. Jumpy doesn't count. Yes, well.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
Somebody actually said up there, what did they say about Nutria? They said, oh, don't they have orange teeth? Yeah, they do have like scary orange teeth, for sure. Oh, God, now they're talking about McDonald's sweet tea again? Oh, geez, knock it off. Stuff is scary.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I have found traveling through America is that's the only place I can get good coffee is McDonald's.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, like any of the gas stations, truck stops, worst coffee ever.
I'm not a huge coffee drinker, and when I do, I tend to put a lot of cream and sugar in it, so it loses a little bit of its
bitterness.
Yeah, so I'm okay with cheap coffee.
Yeah, I don't put sugar in it. I just put cream in it. But I'm used to Tim Hortons coffee, and that's good coffee. But when I go down south, I bring a coffee grinder, and I bring a big bag of coffee beans. And I just grind my beans and make my own coffee because then it's strong enough and it tastes like normal coffee and not like, I don't know, what the hell, chicory? It's this weird aftertaste. And it's been all across, like all the way down, all through, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado. The coffees tasted weird. I don't know what the hell they're doing wrong.
I don't know. It's coming from the same damn company or the same damn place. It's all coming from Colombia. I guess not all of it's coming from Colombia, but
no, it's got this chicory taste. I don't know.
That's super weird.
I found it really weird. You go to some of the specialty coffee places, those shops that just do coffee, and
yeah,
local kind of what do they call those? Bouquet shops. They would have good coffee. You could say, I just want a regular dark roast coffee, just a regular coffee. And they'd give you a coffee, and it was like, oh my God, it tastes like real coffee. Can I get 2 of these to go? It'd be like, saving one and then microwaving it,
Yeah, keep it in one of those super high-tech thermoses. The wife is going to bed. Good night, Mia. I'll see you when I see you. We're not going to be on here very long yet.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bail too. But yeah, that's what keeps it going when I'm on the road, man, is a good cup of coffee.
You still travel down here a lot?
Been this year because I'm having some issues with my ex-wife, and I have to hear for court shit.
Oh.
Because bitches be crazy. Is all I'm
heard that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like whatever. But yeah, it's kind of prevented. That's why I missed SHOT Show and everything this year. She's kind of really Getting her revenge on I don't know what.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's tough, man. It's tough. When you're gonna be the one that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're a guy, you're always going to be the one that's wrong. And
right.
Basically, according to her, you are. There's very few women that will actually go, well, it was both of us,
Right. Yeah.
Because, I mean, with me, it was like, I was like, what? Huh? What do you mean? We've been married for 30 years. Are you insane? That was probably a bad thing to say, but that's really what I think happened is she went insane. But what can I say about that? It's like, well, whatever. In Canada, you can be blackmailed really easily. All she has to do is tell the police she feels threatened by you because you have firearms and you ain't got no guns no more. So you have to do whatever you have to. It was it's one of those things where you're starting to wish, I wish I'd never got a gun license.
Well, no.
But anyway, shit sucks, and then like I say, I mean, life sucks, and then you die. That's pretty much how you can live by.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, well, some people don't have that. I hope it's few and far between that have something like that happen. But it's like people have earthquake or sinkhole swallows their house and their parents or something.
And their parents.
Well, there's some guy in Florida, right? A sinkhole opened under his house and took his bed. They never found his body. They never found him. Eventually, the sinkhole consumed the whole house. But initially, it opened under his bed and sucked him down, and they never found him.
If you're gonna go, that's a hell of a way to go, isn't it?
I don't know. That's just like, oh my God, there is a fucking hell, and I'm going there.
And it found you.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit. Like, what if you were if you were a staunch Christian or something like that and had been really good, you'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And if you hadn't been good, you'd be like, oh, well. But if you were a staunch atheist who went like, I don't believe in any of that shit. Oh, shit. Would you get religious just before the earth swallowed you and you smothered to death?
I would imagine you would, yeah.
I don't know, man.
This is about to happen now. Okay. This is how it's going to be.
I'd be trying to figure out, how did this happen naturally?
Yeah.
Wait, they were fracking.
Yeah. They opened up a whole extra circle of hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, could be, man. I don't know. I like I say, I got to bail though. It was really good talking to you. Thanks for the link.
No, absolutely. Anytime, man. Sunday nights, if you're dead, if you don't have anything going on, stop over.
All right. Take it easy, bud.
It's kind of a slow night, actually. We're just doing a lot of bullshitting.
You know what? If you were in gun channels right now, he would get a badge because we have a special badge.
Yeah, I know.
Cat nappers.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually got the second badge. And I think Edge got the first one, but I do think Stone Guy should have got it because at one point, I don't know if you've ever heard of Stone Guy, but
yeah.
So at one point he had his feet elevated into camera view, and he was laying to stretch his back for some reason or whatever.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we started hearing. So I think he should have got the first one, but
I think it happens all the time.
Anyway, catch you later, man.
All right, buddy. See ya. We're gonna shut this one down. So
right.
We're not gonna be around much longer here. So thanks for coming, guys. I think we'll let Sleeping Beauty sleep here. We'll shut it down and he can get a good night's rest, and maybe we'll see him tomorrow in the chat. So thanks for coming. If we in the future, if you guys want to jump on, just let me know. I'm glad to have you. And check out that if you're doing some stuff around the house this week, check out that brunch playlist. There is a ton of cool music on there. Some really fun stuff. We play it at the restaurant on Saturdays. So it's like 113 songs. There is a ton of good music there. So until next time, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later.